I've never been so happy to be freezing cold, let me tell you. The air is finally motherfucking fixed. So I'm not fucking melting before your eyes anymore. Shoutouts. DT990. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So, like I said in the chat, the first episode of the podcast is now recorded. I just have to go back and do some leveling to make our volumes pretty similar. But I think it's going to be awesome. Oh. Windows Defender blocked some features of this application. Oh, hey, it actually worked. Fucking Windows Defender. You know what, dude? I don't need defending. Stupid bitch. Newer hardware problem? No, it's fine. Now, how do I get the fucking MP5? Donate and get instant access to the TMP SMG. I chose difficult, I think. Fuck it, we'll just go medium now. Wait, why is chat off the screen? Is chat off the screen for you guys, or is it just me? It might be my OBS windows dragged over. Yeah, this was... No, it's me. Okay, cool.
My whole life. For as long as I can remember.
Oh, shit. I have my...
I don't know if I like it.
My lights are on.
Or if I'm just used to it. But I do know this. Being lonely does things to you. Feeling shit and bitter and angry all the time just eats away at you.
Yeah, this is one of the more popular mods for the Half-Life 1 engine ever. Outside of, obviously, Counter-Strike, which, kind of popular. Kind of a big deal, but not really. No, it's fine, Dr. Red. I would love to watch a speedrun of this on the highest difficulty. That would be entertaining as fuck. Hey, that looks good. Oh. Damn Toro Burros, yeah. How 40-year-old single moms be on their Twitter page? True. Highly true.
Help me. Somebody.
Oh, shit. What happened?
I found I remember the last thing I did in this game was actually find the shotgun, which was cool. But then I was stuck because it's very hard. Not an easy game. Okay, that sounded like it crashed. Speedrun, bitch. Oh. I remember seeing that the first time and Sick Boy was like, hey, hey, hey. It gets less dumb after this.
Am I?
Yeah, you said it, not me.
Get here.
But yes, I have never beaten this. So this is still going to be a first playthrough once we get to a certain point. Yeah, seriously, every YouTuber 8 years ago would have just screamed and fucking fell out of their chair. At 400 mph, mind you. Sensitivity's got to be a little bit lower. Man, these Half-Life 1 options menus in CS 1.6, I remember these. Is it going to have the voice demo thing? Hey. Hey, everybody, but I can't hear my own. That's weird.
But I can't hear my own.
I could hear my own voice. Let's go. It all sounded horrible like that in 1.6, though. Man, every voice sounded so bad in 1.6. We should play some 1.6 later. That'd be a good little nostalgia trip. Dude, I was actually insane at opping in 1.6. That shit was automatic. That's the only thing I was ever that good at. 1.6, I never got good with the rifles, but I was really good at opping. Without op. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Dude, hopefully with the 3070 we can run this game a little bit better. Just kidding. This looks so much like that area in Resident Evil 3, though. Where you gotta use the square crank. Tries putting the rope on my pants that tighten them up or over the shelf. My thumb stuck, get crushed by wooden rope. I got it out, it burns a bit, but the rope is successfully wrapped around the front of the box thing. Dr. Red! How do you get yourself into these conundrums? Oh, look, it's a little Halloween reference. Nice. How do you get yourself into these conundrums, dude? Oh, fuck me. There's a thing we can find very close by that has that shit on it, I remember. Not here. Yeah, it's outside. It's on a piece of paper. Like this way. That was my phone, by the way. My phone took a tumble. There it is. Cloudy day. Oh god. Archived cloudy day. Excelsior. $8613. David. Oh. One time I had a phase where I would pee in the car, not on accident, mind you, until one time Dad got mad and I was like, heck no, I'm gonna grow the frick up, bruh. Huh? Dr. Red, you're just saying things now. You're just saying things, right? These are all just fabrications. Oh shit, I forgot your stamina doesn't. Yeah, your stamina doesn't Well, I wasn't judging, I was just curious. Your stamina doesn't regenerate after you go into a new room. Fuck, I already forgot the... No, dude. 8613. Nah, judge away, I was beyond stupid. I can only imagine the cringy thing. Everybody does cringy shit. There we go. Put up to 3 items in your quick slots. Oh, I remember this part. Mine won't stop reminding me of stuff. Dude, I always like lay down in bed and as I'm about to fall asleep, I just remember a bunch of cringy shit I did as a kid. Like nobody else gives a fuck about these things. I'm the only one that still thinks about it. But it does happen sometimes. You know, I think my audio was fucked up the first time. I didn't get to hear a lot of this music. I would have died from that on the other, on difficult.
I gotta call police. Damn it.
signal.
I actually would have died from that if it was the difficulty I played on the first time. Jesus, it was brutally hard. Wow. Stupid kid. Dude, if that was one of the worst things you could say, this world would be a much better place. Bitch. He just crumbled. He just crumbled on the floor. Nobody pay attention to those. They don't exist. And that's where we're going to keep them, in the past. And then there's one here. Bitch. I thought there was a syringe over this way. Yeah, they're so hard to see. What's up, Faye? Oh, cool. It gives you a full heal. So let me turn the... Oh, by the way, listen, if I talk into this, you can actually hear my voice through Half-Life 1.
Through Half-Life 1.
Oh, it sounds so awful.
Oh, it sounds so awful.
Hey, we can just do this the whole game now.
We can just do this the whole game now.
This is what all your friends sounded like on CS 1.6.
On CS 1.6.
Awful. Yeah, last night's stream was awesome if it wasn't for the blue dot, which is still back, by the way. Check it out. One of these days we'll get that figured out. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we gotta run. Quick, quick, quick. Boom, 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 boom. They're coming in. I'm inside the apartments. Hurry. I'll tell you about one of the most embarrassing things that happened to me as a kid. Oh, I got plenty of rest. And guess what, Faye? The fucking air is fixed. The air is fixed. I got plenty of rest. We are in good shape right now. It's so cold in here. It feels great. I could not possibly have more energy right now. Yeah, this game is really cool, especially for a free game. And they put little jack-o'-lanterns all around. Oh yeah, by the way, so Nemesis, Faye, me and Nemesis actually recorded the first episode of my podcast, which at this time is still untitled. But it's basically a Silent Hill fan, myself, and a Resident Evil fan, himself, just talking about the new announcements and what has to happen, what will work, what won't work, how we got into the series in the first place. So it's I'm really, really excited about it. It just needs a little bit of editing and I'm ready to upload it. Little kitty's playing in the park, said the first kitty, let's go home before it gets dark. The first two went on their merry way home. The third stayed playing all alone. Come here, child, come to me. Something whispered sadly. They say curiosity killed the cat. I can't read cursive very well at all, you guys. Stamps coffee table. Oh, that actually wouldn't be bad. Podcast, please. Would you guys actually want to listen to the audio at the end of the stream? I will 100% play it for you guys if you want me to like debut the unedited version. Yes? Oh, cool. We do. It's gonna take it was an hour and 8-minute conversation though. Elevator. Okay, yeah. So the embarrassing story, when I was a kid, I thought that I would give my mom a head start. We drove a GMC Blazer at the time. I thought I would give my mom a head start by putting it in drive before she got in the car. Instead, I accidentally put it in reverse, and when I pulled my foot off of the brakes, we backed up into our pool, and the whole thing like exploded. Yeah. That was a pretty dumb story. The pool exploded, not the car. Oh no, they didn't beat me. They were just glad I didn't put it in drive, because there could have been a lot more damage to the car if I had done that. I was like 5, okay. Actually 5. No, the car didn't. It was not a Michael Bay movie. The car didn't explode. I wouldn't even be here if that happened. A Jimmy, yes, it was a Jimmy. Damn, dude, he got so many hits in. Gotta be a syringe in here somewhere. There we go. Where's the pistol? I thought you were supposed to get the pistol already. I heard some dipshit unlock it. What? We have the apartment key now. Must be this one. Where is the fucking pistol? I don't do knife-only runs, dude. Oh yeah, you can actually open the front door here through that, I remember. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Damn. Oh, please. Yeah, you can cheese the hell out of this. Although I didn't. I didn't at all, but trust me, it can be done. I've still had to use every one. I've still had to use every fucking heal that I find, dude. This is not God gaming. This is, in fact, quite far from God gaming. There we go, motherfucking. Let's go. Yeah, the screamer ones that they just the scream sound effect when they die goes on for way too long. Yeah, let's go. Glock magazine. I got the Glock, don't worry about it. I can dual wield this though, right? Oh! It's over. Fuck. Damn it, dude. Why can't it just... Oh. Huh? How'd I pick up a syringe by trying to open the door? Oh yeah, so what I was actually gonna do here was turn the voice, or turn the game volume down so that I can turn my system volume up. Oh, it was on the floor? Okay. Contrast. Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
Today we're gonna talk about Cry of Fear.
Cry of Fear.
I definitely sound like a Half-Life character right now.
Like a Half-Life character right now.
This is the 3rd floor, is it not? COD MW 209 sounding true. Okay, that's okay. So this is where we're supposed to be. Nah, Dr. Red, that style of humor is way too highbrow for me. You know I only go for the low-hanging fruit type shit. Those little kitties are so cute. They look so lovely. I just want to touch them, but then those parents come. That's why I have to kill them. Oh. Well, this person seems a bit unhinged. Always stick yourself with the needles you find on the floor. Exactly. Literally, it's like the psychostimulants in RE7. You know, you find them, immediately stick yourself with them. Or immediately swallow these. Did I just get a double? What the hell just happened? Collateral damage! Now as I need to kill some kitties, I stuck the... elevator in the hall, so only the personnel can access it by a secret code. I guess no kitty will be able to find that out, so they will just have to take the stairs. Oh, shut up. Oh yeah, this keypad, we don't have a code for it. Someone shut that baby up for real. I remember we found a DVD. That I had to go to that one floor to play. Yeah, like it's this. This is where we play it, but I don't remember where it actually is. We'll see. Oh, so this is that for... Okay, yeah. This is where we started out. That DVD player had more pixels than this entire apartment complex. True. Highly true. And accurate. It's all chained up. I wonder what happened here. Oh. I always forget how hard that stuff is to see. I think I need to go to the very bottom to get this working. Yeah, definitely have not been all the way down here just yet. Oh, somebody was creeping. Nice try. Glock magazine. And a syringe. We are popping off right now. Wait, how do I reload? R. I tried to reload. Oh, I guess I can't reload while I'm dual wielding. Damn. Fucked him up. Hey, he kind of got what was coming to him, though. Yeah, I think the DVD thing is down here. Oh. Or not. The DVD thing, not to get technical out here. This one was a good one. Very nice to kill, easy to cut with my knife. The cutting food. I don't think I like this guy too much.
Oh no. Did he do this to himself? There's a key in the bathtub.
Basement key, I'm assuming. These things, yeah. Yeah, these things. They're just so loud and obnoxious. Like, holy fuck, man. Oh, two. We're popping off, dude. I've never popped off like this before in any game ever. Boom. Like that sound effect just goes on for way too long. It really does. Come on, man. Oh, come off it, young lady. Okay. Cool the elevator. Yeah, now there's these bars here when they weren't there before. I can't grab this though. Why are there so many clowns running around? Good question. They're fucking everywhere now too, like. Glock magazine. Now I will say the shotgun was pretty damn cool when I finally found it. It was pretty powerful too. I liked it. There's gonna be one of these in literally every apartment now, by the way. Dude, I have just always been a fan. Have you ever played a game where the shotgun wasn't cool? Because I know I haven't. Dude, that actually caused me so much pain and suffering when I played on the harder one. It took so long and I basically just had to cheese by running past these two. Oh, Lost in Vivo. Yeah, the shotgun is not the best in that game. 4 headshots. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Thought there would at least be a syringe in here, but I guess not. Excuse me, madam. Excuse you. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I do have like 3 syringes. Well, 2. Yeah, the shotgun may not be the best in Lost in Vivo, but it makes up for it by the fact that it's a good game. So at least it has that going for it. Most roundabout fucking way imaginable to get back to the basement. Hey, it's Michael Mars. Damn. See, these guys are scarier than the other ones. Look at their faces. Michael Mars. But he's dead now. Wait, did I? I didn't even use the basement key. Boom. Oh. Oh. You just go through ammo so fast. Ah, there we go. Nice. Welcome back, Dr. Red. We're now in the basement. Safest place you could possibly be, as usual. As usual. Oh yeah, this bitch. I remembered. You can't, like, make eye contact with her. Or she'll hurt you. Hey, what's up, Joy Love? How you doing? Joy Love, I recorded the first episode of my podcast with my friend Nemesis. I'll play it at the end of the stream. So you guys can hear it. Hardest part of RE7 is basement? Oh, definitely, especially on Madhouse PC. That shit is hard. There we go. Yeah, so now we gotta watch the tape. And it'll tell us the code. Jow is my fave name typo, by the way. What's up, Jow? Unlock the lock. Now, I forget where this actually puts us. Oh, it's that other. Okay, okay, perfect. May as well save. Why not? They let us save infinitely. I'm taking full advantage. Now, I don't remember where the video player was. Oh yeah, it was a really great conversation. It's gonna be a really amazing blockbuster of a conversation. Blockbuster John reference. Dude, he is such a good player. Okay. Oh, typical. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. We're just gonna go one floor at a time. Eventually we'll find the VHS tape player. I've never seen this game. It's actually a free game that is based on the Half-Life 1 source engine. Interestingly enough. Yeah, that's DVD only. There's a room that has specifically a VHS player. Is it true that Vest rigged the matches or whatever to ensure he always gets... I don't know anything about that, dude. I'm so out of touch with that community. I heard that that was like a drama thing going on. I literally have no idea, though. Yeah, DVD only. There's a combo player somewhere. Yeah, Half-Life is amazing. So it's not the third floor, not the second. The number one combo. Not here. I couldn't even get into this room for the longest, so it's definitely not going to be here. It was like the very first floor that I was on. Yeah, that's the thing. That community is very weird, and for a while I completely got out of it because all they were doing was like challenging each other to money matches and shit, and I really just couldn't care less. Oh, so I can't climb back up. Okay. Like, it was a lot of bullying people into taking money matches when they shouldn't have done it, and then, like... What's up, Gavin? How you doing, man? Just a bunch of dumb shit. I just went in here. We can't do this. Can I stop going to the same 2 floors over and over, please? Vibin', same. The AC finally got fixed in here, so it feels way better. I finally can't bitch about that anymore. You love this game? Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about this from everybody, man. Okay, let's try to go across the way here. No. I think that's where I need to get to. God Gaming. Quite simply God Gaming, in fact. This doesn't work. Okay. Oh, what kind of tattoo are you getting? Fuck. None of these fucking work, man. I actually don't have any tattoos, although I would love to get some. Not one on your back. Finishing a piece on my upper arm, starting a new piece. Basically just Japanese style. I let my tattoo artist do whatever he wants as long as it fits the theme. That's cool. It's like when you trust a barber and you're just like, yeah, just cut it in a way you think would look good. It's cool when you can trust people like that. Wins lottery, gets $1 million, gets stamped sub, so he has to do the Sagat roleplay he promised me? Oh god, dude. You're gonna put all that pressure on me? Damn it. Oh, wait. Yes. Oh, no problem, Faye. Oh. Oh! Well, that was graphic. Look at those graphics. What was the number, by the way? I already forgot. 6749. Okay, cool. I'm very smart, by the way. Yeah, this game is pretty crazy. I remember this first boss especially fucked me up pretty bad. It helps to not be dying every 2 seconds. It's just a bread... Oh! Okay. I thought it crashed. It's just a bread trail of fucking Glock magazines down here. Breadcrumb trail. Yeah, this is very Silent Hill here, where it kind of transitions into a nightmare version of the apartments. Is that a syringe? It is not. Another. Nice. Yup. Alright. Let's go. So there's plenty of lights. I don't need to dual wield anything. I've got to get these quick slots set up. I'm gonna die. Oh, that was God Gaming. That's what I said, sick boy. I gotta do it. I have to do it, man. He's dead. What? How's he not dead? Boom. Boom. Wow. Yeah, I'll set up the quick slots here in a second. Normal is a bit easy, but at the same time, difficult was fucking insane. You all know it was. It was insanity.
Did I pass out? Huh? Who's that?
Relax. I am not one of them.
Who are you then?
I'm nobody.
What?
You shouldn't be here. It's very dangerous.
Wait. Why are you wearing a gas mask?
Are you stupid or something?
Whoa.
Do I look like I want to turn into one?
It was a team of like 5 people, I believe.
I can't trust you. I don't know if you're real. Just leave me alone.
What the?
Alright, well, calling me stupid was a bit unnecessary, but okay. Okay, buddy. Jonathan, Hank, Hoey, Bartholomew, and your mom. Wow. Wow, Dr. Red. Gavin's career is over now. I just remembered these guys. Give me a second, you guys. I gotta heat up my coffee and we'll get back to it. These fucking guys. Just fucking... Going to Taiwan? No, no, no. I didn't go anywhere near Taiwan. I'm right motherfucking here, blue dot and all. Guys, I'm so excited about this podcast. Oh god, did the game crash? Meet any nice people? Oh, they were okay. The people of Taiwan were pretty accepting, I gotta say. Welcome back, Sky. When is more stream equipment videos? Oh, I could shoot those live. Oh, that was Simply God Gaming. Fuck you. Make a break for it, bitch, bitch, bitch. Oh. Oh! That was insane. No, this is not where I stopped, but it's close. My BF is here and he says, hi, what's up, Sky's boyfriend? We are in the midst of quite simply God Gaming, if I do say so myself. No, I've never played Stalker. I know that their game's primarily about, like, Chernobyl. Oh, yeah, the nightstick. Yeah. You ain't got time for that shit. Easy. Oh, fuck me. I could potentially die while doing this. Oh, never mind. Okay, we gotta read this Ripped magazine article. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. I died. God damn it, dude. Which one was it? Yeah, I was gonna say, it almost had to be this one. Goodbye. Isn't Stalker about Chernobyl and that kind of stuff? The Stalker was a trash movie. It was about this dude stalking his man's wife, and she was ugly. Oh my god. Bad acting, trash plot. Holy shit. Dr. Red, you didn't have to go in on him like that. 543214. What? Look at these motherfuckers, dude. Okay, that's two of them dead. There we go. All right. One, two. There we go. Yeah, they're so fucking fast. I was sick. I also showed the message where you had enough of me talking about other mics. You just sent in all caps, the SM7B is the best you need. Don't waste your money, Joy. In all caps, he sent this. 543214.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
Yeah, just tell me the code, okay?
What the fuck are you talking about? I need help, please!
Okay.
Damn it! Help me!
I can't turn the game volume down, you guys. Let me do it in Windows. Thank you, Faye. I'm trying to find out how to just get to a basic ass slider, but I can't find one, so I'm gonna have to do it in Windows. Volume mixer, Cry of Fear. We'll turn it down to about 50% so that I can keep the system volume up. But thank you. Thank you, Faye. I appreciate it. 5247. That's okay, Sky. Don't worry about it. Oh, shit. Ate so many fries, my stomach getting bloated, must finish. Well, don't go too crazy, Dr. Red. Oh, I remember this part. Oh, yeah. I remember this part. What is going on with the sound? You guys hear that weird echo? Yeah, there was a chainsaw in the distance. Okay, it stopped happening. No food goes to waste. Yeah, what is that theme in Japanese shows about characters that eat a ton? Like Goku is like that in Dragon Ball Z as well. Nope. Yeah, Luffy is like that. Bitch, get out of the way. That is a cadaver. And a corpse. Just fucking dodged them all. Let's go. Got Oh yes, we're getting close to the shotgun, boys. Let's go. Boys and girls. The excitement is mounting. I love this sound though. This is kind of like Shattered Memories. You know, dark at night, the snow falling. I love the sound in this game a lot. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so don't do that. By the way, probably not a good idea. You should probably use the ladders that are given to you by the game. Okay. Whoa, okay, I did a baseball slide. Let's go. Just smiling at me, dude. Watch, we're just gonna go right in the middle and then fucking... Oh. Nope. 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 Goodbye. Okay. They tried it though. Nope, 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 nope. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. That could have been a disaster. And I have no syringes left. Awesome. Well, the good thing is there should be a syringe coming up very soon. A lot of them, actually. Once we get down into, like, this construction area. I should be able to pick these saws up, but of course. Yeah, so don't jump down. Just climb down. That's all you have to do. It's so easy to not let yourself get killed. Oh, by the way, something else I wanted to mention is that the next time I do the podcast, there will also be video with it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So it won't just be audio. I'll try to get the person I'm doing it with to turn their camera on as well. Bitch. May potentially be with Mag, I don't know. Yeah, now I'm low HP. I need a fucking syringe so bad. And I don't have diddly dick. Oh, bitch. You thought. You fucking thought. Y'all watch Wano? What's Wano? I guess that gives you your answer, but I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Had a dream where me, AVGN, and someone else was in a big city looking for hidden treasure left away by Chris Chan. I was barefoot and syringes were everywhere. Jesus, you been watching Saw movies, Dr. Red? Oh, cool. Oh, Jesus, break out the microscope. Jeff, welcome to the team. I'm sure your supervisor has already gone over the basics. But here's a few things you'll want to know. 1. The cave is wet, cold, and filled with puddles. Watch your steps. Cigarette breaks every 2 hours. Most important. The supervisor is a dick. Remember the code to section D. You're going to be going back and forth all day, so you'll need to know. You'll need to remember it. The code is 279 something. Wait, can I actually? Oh. I didn't know I could fucking do this, dude. What the fuck? I didn't. Oh, god damn it. 2790. I'm assuming. Yeah, 279 something. Goofy, haha. I'm so quirky. Lol. 2796. Okay, now the shotgun is over this way, so we go this way first. Oh. No, maybe it is through here. It is. Okay. Weird, guys. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh yeah, by the way, I saw what you said, Sick Boy, about like buying things is fun, but there's no point to it. What is happening? There we go. I agree. I just need to chill out sometimes. Oh yeah, so you can cheese this if you stand like right here. Yeah. So you can hit him, but he can't hit you. Kind of similar here. Okay, I'm just gonna tank the hits. Fuck this guy. Now there are shotgun shells. Oh, fuck yes. 9 shells. Let's go. I whispered to myself, quirky. Yeah, but that's because Dr. Ed, we spend too much time on Twitch together, dude. You watch my stream all the time. I watch your stream all the time. Our brains are just becoming one degenerate symbiote thing all at once, you know? You don't have to be that fucking quirky to be good. Here, let's get out the nightstick and beat their asses. Oh yeah, they put in oh. Oh, he beat the shit out of his friend. Holy shit. You guys saw that, right? He beat the hell out of his friend. Well, that's your fault, buddy. Oh, hell yeah. I'm sorry for your luck, but give me this shit. Fuck yes, baby. Oh, COD. It's Cock-a-Doodie. Cock-a-Doodie. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. All downloadable content for Call of Duty. I'm sorry. Let me relax. Let me relax. You assume that they were friends. They were just workers for Call of Duty. True. Absolute backstabbers, dude. Now there's gonna be guys in here now. Boom! Oh. Okay, well, first we gotta do this. Boom. Look at them all. Listen to them all just fucking heavy stepping outside. Alright, here we go. Oh, bitch. Yeah, come a little bit closer. Oh, what the fuck? Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Let's go. Sewer key. This is officially, I think, the furthest I've ever made it in this game now. Ad's bad. Oh, did you just get an ad, Gavin? I thought you were subbed. You definitely shouldn't be getting... What? No. Oh. Aim down sight. Yeah, ADS is very bad. In this game, it's terrible. Oh yeah, shotgun is gonna be 3. I like how he has a shotgun in his pocket. It's okay, Dr. Red. I would have already died of embarrassment from being so wrong anyway. Because I was wrong. You just got to accept that sometimes we can't be Giga Chad correct about everything. Oh no, I did make it a little bit further than this, because I remember this fight coming up. This one's locked, and then, okay, yeah. But it was literally right past this is where I got stuck.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Not you again.
Wait!
He just committed murder. He committed murder.
It
Oh! Oh, shit. Well, that's not what I was supposed to do. Okay. So you want to lead him to a certain spot and then run to the opposite side. This is our safe spot. Oh god. Okay. Got him. Need something big to cut free that key. That's where I came in. Nice. I thought he was friendly. I mean, he seemed like a pretty sensible guy. I don't know where all that anger and frustration might have come from. Oh. Oh, wait, I still have a shell. Don't I? No. There we go. Easy. Oh, that wasn't where I needed to go. Ethan Winters just stuck hand down pipe to door. He locked the door. Why can't I just use my switchblade to cut it? Makes no goddamn sense. Yeah, seriously, why can I not just use my knife? I don't even realize how broken my messages are until I try to read them. It's okay, Dr. Red. We don't mind a broken message here or there. I've gotten used to reading your messages over time. They're not bad. I've read worse. Damn it, man. I don't think it's up here what I need, but I'm gonna check anyway. Yeah, because the only other thing I could really think of would be the those saws that were up on top. But I had this problem last time where I didn't know where the fuck to find this thing. Hello, sound? Hey, my favorite OP though is the Attack on Titan first one. Dude, that one is so epic. And just in general, very cool. You gotta watch Attack on Titan, Dr. Red. I promise you'd like it. But that was the only season of it that I watched way back in 2013. I've never really been into anime ever since, so. Uh-oh. Cool. I'm blind. I've heard a lot of good shit about Jujutsu Kaisen as well, but of course I've never watched it. I should finish it, you're right. The rusted bloody K. Oh yeah, I remember it. It's for this door, not that one. Yup, and then we're gonna save. opening one, it will actually change my life. If it doesn't change my life, Dr. Red, you're on the hook for that one. If I watch it and I don't feel reborn, you're on the hook for that one. What do you think? Do you like this? You don't know anything. If you just could understand. I never wanted this. Oh, I love this. Look at this. This architecture that makes no sense. I love shit like this. I just want you to die. Just die. This is very Silent Hill right here. I'm actually gonna die. I had 1 HP.
Damn it! What was that? Hallucinations? Am I going insane?
I thought Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood had a pretty cool intro. I need to get some help or at least just find my way back home. I wonder who that sick doctor is. He must have done something to me. He's wearing a gas mask and I'm not. Yeah, by the way, you do not get that health back. Just wanted to mention that. The ladder movement was on beat right there. That was very satisfying. Oh, by the way, I also wanted to mention that from here on out, the podcast will also be done on Twitch. I'm just going to record it through Audacity while I'm live, but it's also going to incorporate your guys' questions. If you have any questions about anything that we're talking about or you want to add to the conversation, that'll be a part of it as well. We'll just have to have a hard set time limit on it. Probably like an hour, right at an hour, I think is good for starting out. Are you okay? You better come home now. I'm getting worried. So it'll be me and one other person. And then chat will be involved as well. And literally anybody that wants to jump in can do so. I don't mind anybody. Bitch. Hey, I wouldn't mind at all, Dr. Red. Anybody that wants to jump on can do so. No limits. If I end up with a main co-host, though, which I would love, if I had a main co-host, I would make sure that we get the same mic setup, which would probably be the SM57. Back-to-back Stampy. Yeah. I'm really excited about it. It's unnamed at this point. Oh, God. Yeah, at this point, it's still unnamed. Look at the faces on there. But we'll come up with a title here soon. Meat stick? Huh? Oh, you mean that big enemy that we just saw? Oh! Oh, yes. Reload that shit. Let's go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Faye. I was like, Slim Jim? Is Dr. Red eating a Slim Jim right now? Oh, nice try, bitch. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right in the balls, bitch. Oh, they are. I have a gallon of cold milk on the floor. My foot touched it. It's freezing cold. I almost died. Oh, you fucker. Teach him a lesson. He's not dead yet. What? Teach him a lesson. What a tank. Oh, I already know what's gonna happen here. I remember this shit. Alright, I gotta... Yep. Man, you weren't lying, Gavin. Aiming down the sight is so shit in this game. Boom, bitch. Hey, it's the meat stick. There's another guy up here for sure. Oh. Megalobox also has good music. What about Cha-La Head Cha-La from Dragon Ball Z? That's a classic. I didn't even realize that was from like 1987. It sounds so old. And that's why, because it is. Oh, I guess head stabs also count, because he died way faster than he should have there. Hajime no Ippo classic. Oh yeah, Dr. Red loves that. Okay, jump. Dodge. Let's go. I don't have any ammo left. Finally over 20k stamp bucks. Let's go, Joy Love. Oh, this is as far as I've ever been. Now I can officially label this a first play, because I never made it any further than this right here. Oh, we are chilling. Oh. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. Boom. Boom. Oh. I tried it. Woo! Let's go. I like that he just gave up right there. He said, well, he jumped over the railing. I've done all I can do. Goodbye. 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 Go, bitch! What is this thing? I just cut his head off, whatever it is. Oh no, they're stabbing me. That's what I was gonna say, sick boy. I was like, I'm gonna change the title to first play now. Gotta get the content. There better be a goddamn syringe in here. Or I call the police on this game for being bad. Imagine. It's like... 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, this game is really bad. I just wanted to... This game is really shitty, by the way. Sorry. Nope. You fucker. Okay. You fucker. POV, you bought SHHD collection? Oh no. Yeah, you actually have to you have to contact the authorities. It's so bad. If you just run casually, he won't hit you. It's kind of funny. It's scarier if you look at him, which is weird. Run, bitch! You still got an entire mag of 9mm? Oh, I do? Oh, what the fuck? I'm stupid. Stupid game. Oh. Yeah, it was a port, but it was a badly done port because they didn't have all the resources they needed, like source code. Nice miss, you stupid fuckers. Yeah, that's right, bitch. No, you fucker, I don't... They're just throwing them all at me, dude. You know what? Fuck you. You fucking clown. What a tank this kid is. I already shot him several times. Holy shit. What a fucking... Oh, okay. I cheesed it. I was gonna complain about the game and then I cheesed it. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Bum. Cool. I'm actually 1 HP. Like, beyond 1 HP. I was gonna say, I have to blast anything that's right in front of me because I'm so low HP right now. The Glock is very, very, very good. Wait, can I re-heal if I crouch? I thought my health regenerated after a while. No, maybe not in this game. Syringe? Syringe Coon? Chan Coon? There is no Syringe Coon. Oh, good lord. Oh, actually, where is it, though? Dr. Red, you got gypped. For the love of... I can replay it for you. Hang on. Dude, we need a syringe so fucking bad. Am I actually dead? Okay. Oh, that was close. There you go, bitch. Suck on that. Whoa, okay. Those things will stab you if they get too close, so. Save. If there's at least a save, dude. Syringe or a save, for the love of God, throw me a bone. Game, and now this is just a fucking dead end. Cool. Fucking cool. Throw me a barn. Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans? That sounds fucking crazy. The only Gundam anything I know about is Gundam Wing. Because I was a Cartoon Network kid. I didn't realize that that was just like one subset of a gigantic genre of Gundam stuff in Japan. Actually, where the fuck am I supposed to go, though? I mean, it says there's an elevator or an exit here. No, this is going back the other way, though. Well, I can run through these guys as long as they don't kill me. And then there was a door over here, but I don't remember if I can actually... Oh, never mind, there's no such door. I'm stupid. Oh, God, man. You have to sprint through here, they'll kill you. Go, bitch! What is that Rolling 1000 tune as well? I'm pretty sure that it was Death Note. That was a cool song. Very funny, an Easter egg. Oh, they fucking did it. Yeah, it's only these two doors. So it has to be through here. I was already in the right spot. I already came through here. There's no syringes or anything. I found the Glock ammo over this way. Okay, so I went this way, but I didn't go here. Okay, that won't budge. It's okay, Dr. Red. It's about like me with the blue dot. Oh yeah, Berserk was awesome. R.I.P. because the original creator recently passed away, but yeah. Berserk is fucking awesome. Okay, well, what I need has to be down here somewhere. I just must have passed over it. Put your grasses on. Yeah, I've got 4 eyes and I still can't see what I need to do. Oh. Am I really that dumb? I'm really that dumb. I'm actually that dumb. Oh, that was bad. You gotta hit the good old crouch jump. You guys remember when you actually had to do this in Half-Life? A few times? I'm really that dumb. Save or syringe, please. For the love of God, have some mercy. Like, there are certain spots in the first Half-Life you literally have to use that on. There better be a sniper rifle coming up, dude. I don't think I can swim. Yeah, there's just an invisible wall here. Hatsune Miku. Man, she used to be very, very popular. Not so much anymore, though. Fuck. Oh, we got ourselves a little puzzle. I've been 1 HP for so long, I just don't know how to live anymore. How do I know how these are supposed to be laid out? She's still massive in Japan, from my knowledge. Just was more of a meme here. Yeah, because just the idea of it even existing was such a meme in America. It's like, oh wow, this thing. Like, people in America are just way too jaded, I think, for something like that to ever succeed here. Like this digital avatar of a girl that goes on stage and performs, like that would just never work here. But Japan is pretty open-minded about that stuff. I mean, they have concerts for video game music all the time in Japan, like the Persona games and stuff. Yeah, like, how do we know where these are supposed to be? Do I just put them all in the middle? It looks like there's a door over here. Oh. I don't see anything that tells me how they're supposed to be set up. Unless they're just not supposed to be. Like, it won't tell me, I just have to find that out on my own. That's possible. But I gotta get up here anyways. Alright, cool. Well, at least there's this. Okay. Welcome to Gustav Dahl Park. Silently she flew, quiet as a whisper in the dark. She came upon a river and headed south. Okay. The king of all the birds flew higher than the owl. Yeah, this is so similar to the piano bird puzzle. Four-legged carnivore smashed side by side to his prey, ready to strike whenever a movement was made. The equestrian beast didn't want her sleep to come, so she fled to the west uncalm. Are Americans preoccupied with the myth of authenticity, the cult of personality? Why wouldn't an avatar celebrity? Yeah, they are. They are very, very obsessed with authenticity here. They would say to themselves, well, who's even behind this? They'd probably say that it requires no talent or some shit. I could see some people in America saying that for sure. But yeah, what's up, Wrong Pinned? Welcome on in, sir. Hey, the first episode of my podcast is recorded, Panda. It's about Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Okay, well, hopefully they noted all this. Did my man note all this stuff? He did not. Oh, come on, dude. You gotta be smarter than this. Fuck. Alright, she flew equals south. Four-legged carnivore right next to his prey. The owl would be north, and then the equestrian beast would be west. So the four-legged thing next to his prey. Oh no, we didn't pick a favorite, but it was just me and someone who grew up with Resident Evil versus me who grew up on Silent Hill, just kind of discussing the new announcements and the newer games that are coming out and how they compare and stuff like that. But like I said, I'll play the podcast audio at the end and then I'll edit it and I'll upload it later. Okay, so the equestrian beast would be this four-legged. The owl is here. And then this. Okay, so this is going to be north. this will be north. That's already correct. This is west. Then these two need to be right side by side? No. Where even is the lion statue? What is that? Why does that keep happening? Yeah, like which one does this even move? It must be that one. Oh, that's a lion somehow? Went to my mom when I woke up and I said in an Indian accent, your computer has a virus. Okay, so this one needs to be to the right. Alright, we'll read this one more time and see if we're good. I'm assuming we're not, because something probably would have already changed. Flew higher than the owl, gloating as he went, the king of all the birds. Fled to the west. Okay, okay. So the horse needs to be all the way to the left, and then the lion is already correct. And then king of all the birds is north. Upon a river and headed south. Okay. That's got to be this. Yep. Let's go. Now there's going to be a big-ass enemy that pops out, probably. Which I have no HP to deal with. Ripping off RE0 puzzle? Yeah. She needs to buy some gift cards? Oh, I'm going to save. Don't worry about that. Where is the save? No, dude. It was just down here. I passed it. Oh, what the fuck? Well, I have 1 HP and no stamina. Yeah, dude, all she has to do is go to Target and get some gift cards and nobody will ever scam her again. It's so easy, dude. It's the ultimate anti-scam cheat code. Oh! Oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Drop this bullshit. Yeah, let's go, dude. Hunt and raffle. Oh, we can quick scope? Dude, we can quick scope. Let's go. This requires... no scope. Let's go. I got a no scope. There is a shotgun, but I don't have any ammo for it right now. Actually, why is that not working, Dr. Ed? You're right. That's weird. Why? Hmm. I can't figure out why the TTS isn't working. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with the audio. It should be working fine. Oh, it could just be really quiet. Because the game is really loud. Here, I'll try to get to where I can replay your stuff, dude. Cool. Alright, now what the fuck was this, what the fuck was this TTS website? Maybe I can do this through Streamlabs? I don't remember either. Maybe I can replay these through Streamlabs where you redeemed it? I don't think so, though. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I'm not logged in on this site, that's why. Yeah, I'm not logged in on the site anymore, dude. It deauthorized me for some reason. Rewards, topic for just chatting. Yeah. Dashboard. Alright, is it possible for me to replay these? These redemptions? Let's find out. Make your way to the dashboard. On the left side, hit join channel button. It keeps saying you must be logged in, but I am logged in for sure. Reconnect bot. Bot is already connected. Reconnect services. Okay. Here's the alert URL. I'm going to copy it again. I'm getting an error. What do you mean? Reward not available? Oh, okay. Oh, did you? Well, if you haven't already redeemed it, that would make sense. Let me see. Reward is on cooldown. Yeah, it's on cooldown. You can't redeem it very quick. Well, I relinked everything, so the next time it should actually work. So I'm going to refund your points, Dr. Red, and then you should be able to do it again. Alright. Alright, now you guys should be good. He's on his third account now. Next time I will send funny. Oh no, that's his main. You just changed your color. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Okay. I haven't hit the coffee in a while. Let's hit it. Alright, now what the fuck was this that even killed me last time? I didn't see shit. It's obviously going to be something I have to... Oh, what? Oh, I see. Dude, where are the syringes? Holy shit. Rifle ammo. Nice. Just throw me a bone, game. All I need is a heal and I'm in good shape, dude. That's all I fucking need. There we go. This reward is temporarily out of stock. I'm getting that. Oh yeah, because you can only, it's like a couple per, here, I'll fix everything. I'll fix everything. Don't worry about it, you guys. I'll fix it all. Another save, but no more syringes. They have just decided you will not receive any more heals whatsoever. Oh. Ah. Fuck. Let me reload first. Okay, well, he was a little bit too close for me to even need to do that, but whatever.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I refunded your points for your trouble, Dr. Ed.
How did you get my number? Can you help me? What the fuck is going on in this town? You're... what? You're up on the roof? I can't hear what you're saying. Hello? Hello, are you still there? Ah, shit.
Alright, guys. I think it's time. Since we just got to a significant... Oh, yes. Okay, we just got our syringe. Now it's definitely time. I'm gonna heal and save. I think it's time to debut podcast episode 1. We're fully healed. We have rifle ammo. We're ready to go. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, neither of us have ever done anything like this before. Okay, this is our first time recording a podcast like this. At first, I think we both were a little bit, not nervous necessarily, but we both were just like, what should we say now that when we knew it was recording? But once we get into the conversation, it's pretty entertaining. So, we know it's going to be 10 out of 10. Let me go ahead and pull up Audacity and I'll just play the raw recording for you. Yes, I know Audacity is a terrible program to record things like this. You don't have to tell me. All right, so if you look at the timeline here, you can see we've got this track, which is an hour and 18 minutes. Or no, it's an hour and 8 minutes. We don't necessarily have to listen to the entire thing, but I will start it so you guys can get an idea of what it's going to sound like, okay? So I'm just going to go full screen. And I'm just going to hit play. And if we want to just play the first 10 minutes or whatever, we can do that. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is the first episode of, well, I'm not going to give it an actual title yet. I'm just going to call it the Untitled Podcast. I haven't actually nailed down a name just yet, so I just don't want to phone that in. But I have here one of my friends who's way more of a Resident Evil expert than me. My background. Let me also be clear, this is in the Discord, so the audio quality is limited to 256 kilobits per second. So it's not going to sound nearly as good as my raw mic, but we'll do it better next time. Who's way more of a Resident Evil expert than me. My background primarily focuses on Silent Hill. I played the mainline games, but not until recently. I'm just going to let it play. Just due to the nature of all the exciting announcements that are coming out soon with horror games, I figured now would be the perfect time to kind of start a series like this. So, first thing I want to ask is, if you want to say your name and, your background, kind of more so what horror games you've been into, a little bit different than Silent Hill or Fatal Frame, go for it.
My name is Brad. My background, I'm not really a streamer or anything, but I just put down flooring and stuff and play a lot of video games, and I'm friends with Stamp, honestly.
Yep, and your name, Nemesis921, does give us a big indicator. That's the name you use primarily on Discord and online games and stuff, so you've been a Resident Evil fan for a long time.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the first experience you really had with horror that kind of got you into that series?
I would say it was probably just playing Resident Evil 1 on the PS1.
Very Chad name. Very Chad name.
Small kid, so like everything about the mansion like terrified me back then. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also a very kind of groundbreaking game for the time. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it was the same years later with the remake. I was probably in like 4th grade when that came out. I was literally in like 2nd grade when I played the Resident Evil games on like PS1. But that was probably the first time that I got really drawn to horror games. It was shortly after that I started picking up on like Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2 and kind of just became enamored with survival horror as a genre.
I'm also going to be excited for the one with Tusk because me and Tusk can actually use the exact same mic chain, everything. SM57, same stuff on it, into a mic booster and into an M2. We can both have the exact same shit. Who's way more of a Resident Evil expert than me. Oh god, I paused it and went to the wrong spot. You motherfucker. Idea what it was about, but the artwork scared me. And I would just kind of sneak and look, my dad would be playing it late at night. I'd be looking. Okay, so this was when I started to talk about my background with Silent Hill. So I missed the finishing part of his. So
yeah.
A lot of what's kind of a mainstay about the genre started there. But yeah, speaking of that, my story is extremely similar. It just happens to be with Silent Hill. The first memory I have of it is the Platinum Hits original Xbox version of Silent Hill 2. Had no idea what it was about, but the artwork scared me. And I would just kind of sneak and look, my dad would be playing it late at night. I'd be looking across the couch when I should be asleep and like trying to sneak and see what the hell was going on it. And, my background, I've been sneaking and playing these games for way longer, but I never really got into the PS1 Resident Evil games until just recently, finding out, just how much other games actually borrowed from them. For everything. And I mean, it's like ammo management, limited resources, not being able to save whenever you want.
Is the volume good for you guys?
So as far as, creating a genre, even though there were horror games before, things like Clock Tower, I just feel like that's the one that really set the stage, and a lot of horror games have been borrowing from it ever since.
Yeah. Some do seem to. There's also Alone in the Dark, which I think is worthy of being mentioned. I think that came out before Resident Evil. I think that game came out in 1994 or something. I can't remember. It was a PC game.
Yeah,
and it's quite dated today. And there's been a remake that's really bad. But but yeah, speaking of remakes too, that were really bad.
Yeah,
I think that what.
Was it the 2008 Alone in the Dark on Xbox 360? It's somewhere in that neighborhood. I remember it just didn't really sit well with people.
I remember that game having a horrible mission where you had to drive a cab and it was really glitchy and stupid and it didn't drive right and it was just yeah.
Yeah, and I think that kind of also plays into the announcements that we've heard recently, where not only do we have Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is now going to be the third, I would say the third successful re-release in a row. 3 Make obviously had a lot more criticism because there was a lot that was stripped out. And the game was very much on rails as compared to the original, where there were some branching choices and different things you could do.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You worked on a pitch for Alone in the Dark? Really? That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy like the the back and forth here, because although we were a little bit like not sure what to say at first, we really get into a flow here in a second. And I'm not really sure, it's kind of awkward for me to just sit on camera and play this, but it's really great. It's the first episode of it, so I just kind of want to get you guys, yeah, it is Atari. Just kind of want to get your guys' feedback on, what we can improve and what topics we should cover in the future. So, yeah, I'll just continue playing it. We'll sit here, sip some coffee, and we'll chill. So,
Yeah.
a lot of what's kind of a mainstay about the genre started there. But,
oh, you motherfucker. It went back to... It was 5 minutes directly. Right here.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a mistake to say 2 Remake is one of the most successful projects they've ever released.
Oh yeah. It was huge. One of the best remakes I've ever played is the Resident Evil 2 remake. That just functionally, the way zombies like maintain damage, like if you shoot a zombie in the knee and run through an area and
That's
just
awesome,
leave
Panda.
and then come back later, you'll find that zombie and they'll still have like that gunshot in their knee.
Yeah,
the continuity is really good in that game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what they nailed the most is a remake and a remaster are two very different things. A remaster, in my mind, is you take the original game, all the original source code, you up-res it, you sharpen the original textures that were created in, whatever year in the 90s, and you put it on modern consoles. That's a remaster in my mind. But what they did successfully is, with this new engine and the RE engine and new physics that they're able to take advantage of, they have created two completely different games that at their core have the same story, but play nothing alike. And so it gives people that are fans of the original RE2, of which there are a lot, a way to experience it differently that doesn't remove anything that made the original great. So that's why I think both are able to succeed in parallel to each other without overshadowing each other.
Yeah. The only thing about the Resident Evil 2 remake that I disliked was I missed the zapping system from the first game. That was really cool. I thought it was one of the more... It was actually impressive for the time to have that kind of continuity. Like if you pick something up in the A scenario, then whenever you load up the B scenario, it won't be there. That's cool. But yeah, in terms of like bringing the game to a modern audience, I think the Resident Evil 2 remake is 100% like a huge success story. I even think the Resident Evil 3 remake is a success story. Even if I find aspects of it to be disappointing, I don't think it's a bad game. Like I think it's I prefer the original in that case, but that's really more of a personal preference. I think, there's definitely criticisms, but compared to the 2 remake anyway, where they nixed some of the physics and stuff like that were really cool in the 2 remake, but still didn't think it was a bad game. Thought it was really fun.
Yeah, I think
Okay, 726 is where we were, so I got to remember. Yeah, 2008. That game I remember did not sit well with pretty much anybody. It was just one of those things where it was like, now is not the right time. Me playing RE3 remake, listening to it's fun. I think it's really fun hearing people's pasts and stuff, things that they grew up on, things they're passionate about, and not try to get into stuff like world problems and stuff, and people go to cause this to escape. Because people go to stuff like this to escape. Also, seeing the faces of the people talking helps a lot too, and make sure to keep it down on editing, because when people watch podcasts, they want to see the raw conversation. Yeah, I think the next time it is going to be, video as well. But, I don't know who the next guest is going to be. If it's Tusk, I'd love to have him on video, but we'll have to have a setup where it swaps over to his feed whenever he talks. So, we'll see. But yeah, 726.
I think marketing or the suits kind of got in the way of what could have made 3 Remake very successful. I think that 3 Remake should have been accessible through the 2 Remake launcher as a sort of side scenario or add-on or DLC, whatever you would want to call that. I think that would have been the better way to release the game, because then we wouldn't have had this idea that we're paying full price for a game that's going to take 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely expected it to be longer, and it did feel like it should have been like a DLC. I think it was initially intended to be a DLC, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Capcom just kind of saw what they had, and they saw an opportunity to, well, hey, Resident Evil 2 did so well. If we just release it as Resident Evil 3, charge full price, they thought that they were just going to see dollar signs all day and everybody would just love it. But I think they just stripped a little bit too much content out. What's there is incredibly detailed. I think the new model for Jill is great. I think everything about the costumes and the physics and the guns, all the gunplay is awesome. But you can't strip out so many memorable areas of the first game and really still call it an accurate remake, especially the clock tower. To just basically see a clock tower from the outside, but not one that's accessible like it was in the original. It's such a tease, and it did not sit well with people.
The clock tower fight in the original is probably actually, like, relative to your power level, one of the hardest encounters in a Resident Evil game at that time. Probably, like, it really, if you want to just, I would say that is one of the most difficult boss.
Every time when I'm sitting here listening to it, I want to just nod, because I remember we just had this conversation. I feel like he's actually sitting in the Discord with me still. Oh yeah, dude, I love Zatova as Jill. She is beautiful. She's got the strong and beautiful quality, just like Julia Voth's Jill did. I like the Inez Jill as well, the blonde Jill from the PS1 version. I like her a lot too. There's never been a bad version per se, just better than the others.
Fights in the first few Resident Evil games, and I missed that fight because the one in the remake doesn't really compare to that one. That I remember being like hard stuck on that fight for a while when I was a kid, and I don't know, it was really rewarding to defeat it, and it was really fun. Like I like the way Nemesis works in the original a lot. I really feel like he has more of a presence as like a kind of like a tyrant stalker. I wish he didn't turn into a mutant like a few hours into the game, because the construction fight in that where you're at the top of the he has the flamethrower and you're at the top of like that building being and that fight was really cool. I wanted more fights like that towards the end, really. Was all. There's also the one in the water treatment facility where you like melt him in 3. I think that was really cool with the pipes.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like the 7 versus Village debacle, where they focused more on a very on-rails, highly detailed world than bringing all the areas of Raccoon City that people actually recognized back to 3 Remake. And that kind of leads us into 4 Remake, which is upcoming. Obviously, we don't know a ton about it, but we do know that this time around, Capcom did not outsource the development. It's going to be done in-house. And we also know that they have already committed to making less changes in terms of, set pieces and the story. So they've learned from their mistakes with Remake. It seems that they've heard people's feedback for the most part. So, how do you feel about 4 Remake possibly overshadowing 2 as the most popular RE Engine remake?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with Resident Evil 4. I think it's going to be interesting seeing it because...
Also, guys, please cut me some slack. I was trying to get through the topics, and I've never hosted anything like this before, so, I'll settle into it. It'll take some time, but jumping from topic to topic can be a bit rough for me sometimes because I just want to let him talk. I have notes if you're interested. Oh, from the pitch? Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to talk about that. That sounds really cool.
The original RE4 isn't too crazy of a departure. Like the old Resident Evil games, they had like their tank controls and stuff. They're like very old style survival horror games. But RE4 was the first one to really take on more of a shooter kind of gameplay style. And
oh, notes on your pod. Yeah, definitely.
Really
absolutely.
At the time, so I'll be really interested to see like what new aspects of the combat they can add.
I am 100% brand fucking new to this, so yes, I will definitely need some help.
And I'll be really interested to see what they can do with the AI now, because the AI then was actually pretty impressive with how they reacted to things that you did, and you had to like bar up houses and things like that. I would really like to see what Capcom can do with AI now, because one of the other things that stood out in the 2 remake was Mr. X. Like, you know how I am. I love it. Was the same thing with like Alien Isolation. I absolutely love being like stalked by somebody and doing like a cat and mouse kind of gameplay. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and that was really exciting in the RE2 remake because Mr. X would just be like on your ass, and you could hear him from several rooms away stomping around. Yeah, I either way though with RE4, I'm really interested to see how the Los Illuminados people are going to interact with the player actually.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think 4 Remake is going to be a really important release for them because it's going to tell us whether or not they're going to go further. I mean, at this point, we're looking into remakes of games that are 10 to 12 years old if we do continue on to 5. And I think they're going to base a lot of that decision making on how successful this is. But just with the amount of success of 4, I mean, I remember specifically 4 being the only game, you know, when I was in school growing up, that GameCube owners really had in terms of just being able to say that we had it and no one else did. That was the only one that kind of turned people's heads. Everything else was like, oh, it's Zelda, oh, it's Mario. But when they had that exclusivity contract with Resident Evil and that expired and they released it on PS2, it was like a cannon shot that went off and it seemed like everybody was talking about it. So with the amount of platform re-releases that 4 has had, I really feel like 4 Remake is going to be, I think it's going to be either the second highest sold Resident Evil game, period, or at the very least, I think it will overtake 2 Remake in terms of raw units, you know, pushed.
Yeah, I'm really gonna be because like you mentioned, it's been re-released several times. I've played that game on the Wii. I played it on the GameCube. I played it with a chainsaw controller. I played it with.
Dude, I want that chainsaw controller so bad, by the way, but they're so fucking expensive. Let's do a really quick check and see how expensive these things are. They made a PS2 and a GameCube version. I can only imagine with the remake coming out how expensive they are. Oh, $850. Holy shit. Have you guys ever seen these before? Newbie Tech is the company that made it. You guys have never seen this? This is what it looks like. It's so cool, but it's so bad. Fucking awesome. I'd love to have it just for collector's purposes, but holy fuck, the $850 now. Yep, that's $800 now that the remake got announced. I bet they weren't so expensive before that.
On the PS2, I have bought the Resident Evil 4 so many times actually.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, and I'm gonna buy it again, of course, with the remake. So it'll probably be on PC for that one, to be honest. But yeah, I heard that also Ashley, they one of the things they are changing, I guess, is Ashley. Her Plaga infection, I guess, is gonna be a bigger deal. I think that sounds kind of interesting. I'm kind of wondering how the escort mission parts of that are going to feel. She was never a bad escort mission, I would say, in RE4. She's actually really easy to handle most of the time, in my experience. She's not fucking Eileen from fucking Silent Hill 4.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. It's like, you know, what's a great idea for the second half of this game? Just go through the same worlds with just as difficult puzzles, if not more difficult, now that we have Walter chasing us with very powerful weaponry. Now let's give you an escort mission where she can barely walk without having to take, you know, a breath every 3 seconds. Good point, old stamp. That part's pretty bad. It's just, it very much feels like they tried desperately to pad out the second half of that game, not really flesh it out the way that it should have been.
The amount of times that you just have to tank Walter for Eileen while she makes it to a door so you can go through, it's so dumb.
And
it feels so weird.
And definitely one of the worst decisions in that game is having everything take up a slot. You know, boxes of handgun ammo having to take up an individual slot per box, and bottle by bottle having to store the health drinks. It just was a really...
The inventory system that way was horrible. Yeah.
And That's a perfect segue, because we also, now that we have all these Resident Evil announcements and we've kind of gone through like the timeline of the RE Engine remakes that have been done, now, as of just a handful of days ago, we have a slew of Silent Hill projects that got announced. Yeah. But of course, the one that's really being talked about, because it's the one that they really have got the most to show in terms of progress updates, would be the Bloober Team Silent Hill 2 remake. So
yeah,
I guess my first question would be, there is a very, very mixed reaction in terms of the subreddit, which I'm not a big fan of Reddit, but it
Mixed,
is really the
right
only,
here.
It's the only public posting place that we have to get a good kind of overview of the community's reaction. People that have been for a long time, people that haven't had much interest in these games and are now interested due to the remakes. It's a good kind of subset of people for us to look at to get a general reaction. So I guess my first question would be to you, how do you feel about what you've seen so far in the 2 remake, and do you think that they'll actually be able to recreate the success that Team Silent had all the way back in 2001?
So it's been in development for 3 years, apparently. I kind of feel foolish for saying that the Bloober Team developing a Silent Hill thing was probably a joke to a lot of people, because I was wrong. It's been in development for a long time. Now, what I've seen, it doesn't look bad necessarily. I could definitely... I don't really have faith that it's going to surpass anything that Team Silent has ever done. Bloober Team is generally... So one of the things that I've seen people say, and I guess I agree with this, is that Bloober Team...
You want moments like, if you're new to the Resident Evil franchise, or I recommend, this or that, younger gamers will appreciate the inclusion and hearing your war stories and recos just to broaden the audience. That is a great point. That is a great point. We should have included that as well. That would have been a good thing to do.
Is usually okay with atmosphere and stuff like that, but they're not good with story. And in this case, they have the story basically mapped out for them, and we already know that it's a good story. So I could see them doing something that works just fine, and it's probably a fine game, but I don't think it's going to surpass what Team Silent has done. No, I definitely don't think it'll ever replace the original Silent Hill 2 for me. I'm just hopeful that it can be an okay game that's kind of fun and interesting to see, like a new take on that game. I'm also interested that Masahiro Ito and Akira Yamaoka are involved. I guess Akira Yamaoka worked on them.
You'll be so cool to them. Oh, what? Like letting them know a good place to start for both? Yeah.
With the medium as well. I did not I did not actually realize that. But I mean, I listened to the soundtrack again recently after hearing that, and he's Akira Yamaoka, so he's really good at that. But yeah, I definitely think that it could be good, but I also reserve... I'm just trying not to... I'm being like cautiously optimistic, really, is the best way to put it. Like, I don't think Cap or Konami has earned the right to get me like pre-ordering right now, kind of. I definitely don't trust them, but...
Yeah, and I think
that's a good point, Panda. Really good
I've
point.
been through this rodeo before, going back to 2011, when the HD collection was announced, and we had these pie-in-the-sky dreams about, okay, so they're just going to up-res it, maybe 720p, maybe 1080p if we're lucky, and we'll have access to these on PS3 and Xbox 360. Great. Awesome. I think that's an awesome idea. Let's bring them into the modern console generation, and maybe even a digital release is on the horizon. And then very shortly after, they announced that there's a new script, and that Tom Hewlett has written a whole new script, and they're hiring all new voice actors. And we kind of are scratching our heads like, wait, how is this an HD collection if we're changing story? Why are we changing voice lines? And ultimately that didn't work out because they weren't able to reanimate the same models to, have their mouths aligned with different dialogue. So ultimately the script change didn't go through, but in my mind, the reaction that I saw back then, which was very much, whoa, 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 you don't touch, the phrase that I heard a lot was, you don't mess with the Mona Lisa, meaning even though it's flawed in many ways, those flaws actually add to the overall character and the presentation.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I'm cautiously optimistic would be where I put my kind of excitement level toward it. But I do feel that just watching the video and listening to some of the things that I've seen the Bloober Team devs talk about on Twitter and just wherever else they've got any kind of public reach, it definitely seems like this is the project where they have a sort of make or break mentality about it, where if this doesn't work out, they could be in trouble. So if there's a time for them to get it together, this is definitely it.
exactly. That's the thing. This is their chance to, again, most of Bloober.
And it's only the most difficult game they could have possibly gone after to remake. This is not going to be easy at all. And I think they know that, but Jesus, man, there's got to be a lot of pressure on them right now to make this work.
Another thing that's worth mentioning is most of Bloober Team's games take about a year.
Yep, it is Dr. Red.
And change to develop. They are, and that's, in my opinion, usually why they come out so kind of half-baked. But apparently this one's been in development for 3 years. It seems to be clear that since it's been in development that long, this has probably taken the bulk of their development infrastructure, I guess, whatever their employees, are working on it. So yeah, I agree that this is make or break for them. Yeah, they're not, like, I know a lot of people said that they wish that Blue Point was doing it. Blue Point is who did the Demon Souls remake for PS5.
And Shadow of the Colossus as well, which was amazing.
And they are very...
I stand by your podcast voice. Hey, thank you, Panda. I appreciate that a lot. When I listened back to the first little bit, I was like, ugh. But, I'll settle into it. It's just one of those things that's going to be weird for me. But I appreciate you saying that, because I know you're not just going to bullshit me. You'll tell me the truth. So, yeah. I mean, if it works, I think it can be really exciting. I might try one on the 57, but yeah, we're just going to lean into it and just go for it. I'll try to record these as often as I can, because I want to try to get to 10 episodes and include, by the way, from here on out, they're going to be live. So your guys' chat interaction is going to play a big part in these. We're just going to give ourselves a time limit. So we'll bring up topics, and then it's going to be all about your guys' interaction and questions. Even if I have a co-host actually speaking with me, we'll still be reading chat. So from here on out, there'll be a lot more interactive.
Very good about leaving things mostly untouched while just improving upon the gameplay slightly and, making the graphics look better and stuff. But like with the Demon Souls remake, the only thing they changed gameplay-wise was the omnidirectional rolling and stuff. But this isn't about Blue Point, but that I would have been interested to see what they would do with Silent Hill 2. But Bloober is capable of doing the same thing. Of course, one of the things that I am interested in seeing is how Bloober handles.
It'll only improve
combat.
Every time I do it.
The combat in
it's very exciting though. I like it.
The last two Silent Hill games, major Silent Hill titles that we had released, which was Downpour and Homecoming,
right,
was clunky and bad. I was watching you play Downpour recently, and I was like, this is a dog shit, even more dog shit than I thought it was. I've actually never played Downpour before because I just didn't bother after Homecoming, but it just didn't look any better. And I was right. I was 100% validated in that when I watched you play it.
Right.
But
well, there's there is something to be said about the relevancy of Bloober in this conversation, because they were very much in the conversation for the HD collection. Oh, I fucked up there. I should have said Blue Point, not Bloober. Blue Point was being considered for the HD collection back in the day. At the time, they had worked with Konami before on the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which I think to this day is one of the most well-regarded, collections in terms of accuracy. They didn't even, something that they're known for is they will not stretch out cutscenes or change the aspect ratio of them. They keep the pillar boxing on the side the same, even though, of course, that's meant for CRTs. Metal Gear Solid HD was the first time they did not do that. So they stretched them and cropped them to the proper aspect ratio. But with Silent Hill 2 and 3, the HD collection remakes, I guess you would call them, or remasters, they actually just ripped the BINC video files off of the Silent Hill 2 Director's Cut PC version, which run at like a 320 by 240 res, and they just stretched it all the fucking way out to 1080p. And
why they're so horrible looking,
yeah, it's all just gray. It's like a completely grayscale cutscene with all this ghosting, and it looks like shit.
The new voice acting doesn't look good with it either.
One
of the things that I think ruined the HD collection was the new voice acting. And I don't blame Troy Baker or McLean for that. I blame Konami because they could not reanimate the cutscenes. And so they're making these weird pauses, and it just doesn't capture it the same way that the original voice acting did.
Right.
Something that is in Bloober's favor is that this is a remake, so they're remaking the cutscenes to match the voices and faces and stuff. So I'll be interested to see that too.
Right, and
But-
we're seeing, based on the production videos that we've seen, we're watching Naughty Dog style cutscene production, which they kind of innovated with Uncharted, where you have the actors wearing headset mics and they will actually voice out any specific scene instead of doing a table read. They'll just be in the motion capture suits, perform it live, and then once it's performed, if there's any touch up or ADR that needs to be done, they'll then go into a booth to record that. So they did not have that advantage in 2001 because motion capture was really in its infancy. And they also, something that's pretty interesting in Silent Hill 2 that people don't think about until you mention it, is they could only have 2 animated characters on screen at any given time. So the whole script is designed to only have 2 characters talking at once. The bowling alley, for example, that's why Maria doesn't go in. Because if Maria went in, then it would be her, you, and Eddie talking. But the system, the engine couldn't handle that. So then Laura leaves right as you walk in. That way it's only you and Eddie. So the whole structure of it is the script is basically designed around only having 2 main characters talking at once. And I think that things could be improved. That's one area, I think, if Bloober really takes full advantage of that technology.
Yeah. I'm that's the thing. What I was gonna say. So in the trailer that was released, we get some view into some of the cutscenes from the and to one of the things I'm giving Bloober credit for is what now this is admittedly a trailer, so they can kind of show us what they want to show us, but or what they know fans will like. And so we see, of course, like some of the like the Pyramid Head apartment cutscene, and we see the opening with James looking in the mirror and stuff. And again, yeah, there's little bits of detail in them that they've added, like his wedding ring. You can see on his finger that he's taking it off, and that gives me a little bit of hope, because if you weren't trying, that detail probably wouldn't be there. And I from what I've seen, the voice acting doesn't sound too bad. I know some people have said they don't like James's voice. I definitely think it sounds better than Troy Baker did with the super breathiness that he was doing. This guy sounds more like just a guy. I know that to many people, Guy Seehee will always be James, but if you're gonna remake Silent Hill 2, I just don't think that Guy Seehee would ever work with Konami again. You know?
Well,
but,
I mean, based on his recent opinion pieces, we'll say, that he's posted online, I find it pretty. I see it pretty difficult to see him voice acting any video game ever again. But you know, it's one of those things where he and the original James model are really one and the same, because they finished modeling the main character based on his personality and his look. So if you're gonna remake anything, I think the only option is what they've done, which is to go in a completely different direction and just change it all. I mean, if you're gonna try to redo the whole Guy Seehee look without him, it's just not gonna work. We've seen this already. So I do appreciate that. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is we have now heard reports that Konami has, quote unquote, had a short leash with Bloober when it comes to changes. They don't want story changes. They don't want additional characters. They don't want additional areas. So it seems to be that they've kind of kept their finger on the button of the industry, and they saw what happened with the 3 remake and how that did not go over very well. So I do appreciate that as well, which, you know, as much as little reason as Konami's given me to have faith in them, that they did see this and understand that, okay, if we make 2, I would spend time in considering the audience. It's okay to get into the weeds, but you want to be inclusive. Yeah, because you can't just assume that people know what we're talking about all the time. Many changes. This is maybe they're listening to learn more about the thing that we're talking about. So we definitely want to do that. It's really fun to listen to. I appreciate that, Dr. Red. Not going to work.
Yeah. I definitely, it's good, always good to hear that, especially when adding extra things to Silent Hill 2. It's one of the most well-paced video games that I've ever played. And to this day, it is. Like, there isn't a single part of Silent Hill 2 where I feel like it's wearing out its welcome. There isn't a single set piece that I skip or don't want to do, you know, or anything in the game. There isn't a single part of that game that I feel weary about when I replay it.
That's such a
And
great point, because I was about to say something similar. Is like the length of it was obviously so important to them to take that into account, because
yeah,
the progression of the way the town almost gets more intense and direct with its messaging over time. I kind of
yeah,
liken it to I believe you watched the Hitcher movie from the 80s with us in the Discord.
I did.
I kind of liken it to the way that movie is paced, where there's really no sort of rising action or falling action, any of this sort of general storytelling guideline. It's just one climax that continually builds until the credits, you know?
Yeah,
And that's what it very much feels like Silent Hill 2 is. I mean, in the intro, things are mysterious, but there's already that ambience that kind of puts you on edge. You meet Angela, and she tells you the town is dangerous, but you're going there
yeah.
anyway. You leave
You're wandering through and seeing like figures in the fog and stuff like that and hearing sounds. Yeah,
Right, and it only takes you, 15 minutes before you find your first enemy and weapon. So you already know that there's a lot of inherent danger here. By the time you get to the apartment, you've met Eddie and Angela, and then, just by the time you finish that alone and you've gotten to Maria, you've run into Pyramid Head twice. And, it's just the nature of it is that it just gets more and more intense the further you go. I mean, there's violent encounters, and especially with the sort of prison descent into the meat room, and then the the boat launch behind the historical society. It's just one constant escalation of the events and the danger involved.
it's
And
like a David Lynch film, kind of.
yeah, very much so. And I think
Yeah.
that's why it works so well, is because when people play it for the first time, there's never a part where they're like, oh, this is boring, I'm just wandering around. The only time you could even say that you're wandering around is when you first get Maria. But there's really only, it does a very good job of guiding you to the bowling alley where you should be
Yeah.
going anyway. But even then,
It's a great guide too.
Yeah.
Everything that gets filled in, everything it encourages you to explore just enough, but you never feel like, where the fuck do I go? You know, like it's very clear. And
Dude, go, go, go. You're good at this? What do you mean? You mean just record more of these? I appreciate that though, man. Because I need feedback, otherwise I'll just assume that what I'm putting out is not good. Yes? Well, I appreciate that. I'm feeling really excited about it. I would love to do more of these already. So yeah, we'll definitely be knocking these out as much as I possibly can.
the historical society is probably, it's like a little break in the game almost.
Mhm.
Like from like, you get to kind of calmly explore it for a little bit. Like there's a lot of that where you get to like a small reprieve from all the horrors of that Silent Hill has to offer, James. The waiting room of the hospital is like that too.
Heaven's Night. Yeah, Heaven's Night is
Heaven's
one.
Night is really relaxing. Yeah.
And it's so short too. You have this amazing music and the ambience of the bar, the gentleman's club, we'll call it. It's it's so relaxing, but it's over so fast because really the only thing to do is just to walk up the stairs. There may be a couple of health drinks or items, and you just leave, and then the music ends, and you're just dropped right back into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the pacing is something that's going to be very, very important because, even in 1 and 3, in 1, I'd argue that running around and collecting the sort of Wizard of Oz themed keys was a bit of a bore, especially my first time playing where I didn't know where to go exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I think the pacing
A lot of being attacked by pterodactyls when you're trying to figure out where the fuck to go.
Yeah, air screamers, but look, they're pterodactyls one way or the other.
Yeah, I always jokingly call them that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think that's a lot of the reason why 2 can still be played for the first time today. Like, for example, Maximilian just did that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it just works because the pacing of it and the way that, although it's not linear, they do a good job at pointing you in the right direction. If you don't follow the blood at the beginning, he'll just say, he'll stop at a certain point and say, maybe I should follow that blood trail. So it's not a way to, just put an invisible wall there and force you to go, but it does point you in the right direction in a smart way.
Yeah, Souls games do that sometimes now. Elden Ring is another notable example of just like instead of being like putting a big neon fucking arrow that points you in this direction, like that kind of shit works in an MMO, right? But it's
Yeah.
weird in a single player game. They just have like, oh, look at that structure, it's huge, and there's a big door that I can open, so I should go in there, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's gonna be the main crux of it. If they can nail the pacing and the graphics look, I mean, from what I've seen, I think it looks amazing. I think the texture work and the particle work is really great, and they have such a strong foundation to work from. It's
Yeah.
really set up to succeed. So if it does happen to fail, it's going to be something that's not directly related to the development team. It's going to be technical issues with crashing on PS5 or something, marketing related or possibly pricing, or if they lock anything behind any sort of like downloadable battle pass, season pass type structure. I think that would be where the failure comes. Less to do with the development, because from what I've seen, they really need to make this work and they're committed to it.
Yeah, I think anytime there's a game that literally just has a press X for us to directly tell you where to go type shit, I'm not a fan of that.
So, on the basis of that, there were actually a few other announcements, although really all we got was a small teaser trailer. Silent Hill Townfall and Silent Hill F. Townfall, who actually developed Townfall? I forget. It's the same company that's done what other people would call "quote unquote" walking simulators, I believe.
I'm
Annapurna,
sure
we find that out.
That is the only one that I have not kept as much up with. Let me see.
Yeah, let me see. So it looks like this is Annapurna Interactive. They also made Stray. So Annapurna Interactive is working on a game called Silent Hill Townfall. Again, from the teaser trailer, we don't know much, but there is a small dialogue between someone and who we can assume is either their therapist or something similar. And they being in the town to be punished, or you're here to be punished is one of the lines that people have focused on. So that's something that is admittedly a little bit worrying, because I think we have now revisited this theme of ending up in this town to be punished a little bit too many times.
The town is a therapist, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is just a teaser. We don't know anything about this project. For all we know, it could be 2 years out. I mean, we might not even see gameplay for another year and a half, so...
I can say that Stray...
No, we didn't unfortunately talk about Downpour, but that would have been hilarious. It's like Tusk just calls it silent therapy. In multiplayer games, I want to get the objective quest raid, but in single player, I don't need the game to hold my hand. Yeah, and the thing is, it just cheapens any fun that would have been had from exploration. Why would I explore when I know exactly where to go? I'm just gonna follow the fucking breadcrumb trail, Get from point A to point B as fast as possible.
It is a game I have not played, but it has been very well received. So it's very possible that it's a good game. Silent Hill fans may not like the direction of the story, of course.
By the way, we're halfway through.
But yeah, that the whole town is a therapist thing. Almost the only time it's ever really worked is Silent Hill 2. Every other time they've tried it. Okay, I guess PT, but we never really saw Silent Hills, so PT is literally the only example that we had, and I thought PT was a pretty good you're being punished kind of horror feel, I guess. But
yeah.
But yeah, I otherwise with Annapurna though, I don't know much other than Stray was well received. It sounds like Konami has definitely been seeking out actual talent to do these, which is a good sign.
Oh, that's crucial. I think they're committed to not just hiring anybody this time, which is definitely what they did with Homecoming and Downpour. They just hired who would accept the lowest pay, and this is just true. I mean, former developers have admitted this, so they're not really interested in just kind of selling it out to the lowest bidder anymore, and that I think does again, right? That shows a lot of goodwill on their part at the very least, and the fact that they went and they got Ito, they got Yamaoka. They don't just want to have more Shinos, as they call them, Silent Hill in name only. They don't just want to have more games like this. They want to actually bring it back in a way that's meaningful. And I think one of the best examples of that is going to be Silent Hill F, which does not take place even in America, even though, the manual of Silent Hill 2, it states Silent Hill, New England. So somewhere in New England, potentially Maine because of the Stephen King connection.
I'm
But
thinking
anyway,
the town won't even be Silent Hill, honestly, if it's in Japan. I'm thinking that it's going to be Silent Hill in franchise, but not necessarily location.
Mm.
Lore wise, like it's entirely possible that you could explore that these kind of supernatural happenings that happen around Toluca Lake happen in other places too. And that would be interesting because it wouldn't necessarily have to be as specifically that phenomenon, I guess. But the the main thing about Silent Hill F is that A, I thought the trailer was cool, and B, apparently, in terms of Konami trying to find real talent, the writer that they got for Silent Hill F is supposed to be one of like the best horror writers like available today, I guess.
yeah, he's got a pretty big reputation. As soon as I saw his name, I wasn't familiar with it, but a lot of people that are into like visual novels and different things, they immediately jumped on and were like, "Oh wow, this guy is the real deal. He's really great. This can work." So obviously, again, they've done their research and they've tried to find the best person for the job. And I think again that shows that they don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, and they want to actually bring things back in a meaningful way. So
Yeah.
more than 2 remake, I am more excited for Townfall and F because that's going to give us a better example of, are we going to continue to see more Silent Hill, or is this just Konami throwing darts at a board, and if none of them hit, it just goes back to being dead.
Right. And that's the thing, it's Konami, right? I mean, I remember being really excited for Silent Hills and, after playing PT
Canceled.
and like a year later it was axed, because they just didn't want to deal with it. It would be a very strange business decision for that to happen again because they've clearly put a lot of money into this. And they've put this is a real gambit for Konami, kind of, because again, like you said, like if this fails, then Silent Hill is just dead, right? And they also failed. They put tons of resources into this, and it didn't work out. So I do feel like the pressure.
Silent Hill F was the last project that they announced, and it takes place in Japan. And they apparently hired a guy named like Ryukichi07, who's known as a really, really strong visual novel writer from Japan. We don't know anything about it though. They just showed us like a minute-long teaser trailer. That's literally all we know about it. Nothing else.
Is on, and at the very least, I don't think that the developers involved are not incompetent. They're pretty good at what they do, so that's a good sign.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, there's actually the interactive Silent Hill release. I forget what it was even called, but they're marketing this. Behavior is involved.
And Behavior.
They're marketing this as some.
Yeah, it's just a new Silent Hill game they hired a guy named Ryukichi07 to write the story. He's apparently a really good visual novel writer from Japan that a lot of people say can actually pull this off, but we don't know anything about it outside of the fact that it takes place in Japan. We know nothing else. Sort of interactive story where you can be in Silent Hill and you can change the story. I don't know if it's if this is going to be
a visual novel kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be either a visual novel or if this is going to be some sort of live stream where it's kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing. That one we really don't know a lot about, but the fact that Behavior is involved kind of worries me because they're as great as Dead by Daylight is, they're the kind of developer that I feel like Konami would have selected 10 or so years ago to make a mainline Silent Hill game.
They're fine. Like, DBD is successful for a lot of reasons, and I definitely think that Behavior gets both the perfect amount of shit that they deserve to eat for the bullshit that they do, but also a little bit too much sometimes. I remember them being like review bombed. They had like an award category on Steam for like labor of love, which was like a game developer that has routinely updated like a game for a very long time and consistently provides new content and stuff like that. And they got like review bomb because people were really mad about like boon totems and stuff, and like killers felt like the game was super unbalanced for them. And while that's fair, that does not mean that Behavior hasn't consistently updated Dead by Daylight for 6 years, and like they provide new content like every 3 to 4 months, and like it's definitely something that they put time into, and I would say the game's much better today than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, and I
Um,
mean, just looking at the
yeah.
longevity of it, I haven't seen longevity that Dead by Daylight has since the original Overwatch. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, it's growing.
it's now
Yeah.
5 to 6 years on, and it's still got 30 to 40,000 people live on Twitch every day. That is,
Yeah,
you
the
can't.
Halloween events bumped that up too. They've done a good job this year,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah, it's like you can't buy that kind of success. I mean, obviously, they know what they're doing because the last team that was actually able to pull that off was Blizzard, and Blizzard is no small indie dev. There's certainly no behavior. What does that mean? What does that mean, Faye? I almost said Sky. I like the way this sounds with the podcast settings. I like, it's exactly what I'm talking into right now. I like how everything sounds on here. I don't really think I would need to change that. Sort of interactive story where you can be in Silent Hill and you can change the story. I don't know if it's like a. Gotta go a little bit further. No, but
They went reverse.
Silent Hill really Hill.
Oh God!
The only Silent Hill spinoff that we've seen
What the fuck?
is Book of Memories, and that
Yeah.
went over about as poorly as anything could have ever gone over in this.
I was sorry. I had it playing in reverse and slowed down. That was so fucking bizarre. Holy shit!
The only Silent Hill spinoff that we've seen is Book of Memories. And that
Yeah.
went over about as poorly as anything could have ever gone over in this entire
That
industry.
was like the action RPG, right?
Yeah.
Like the Diablo Silent Hill thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
I think that F, to be fair, I would consider it like a new mainline entry more so than a spinoff.
The demon
similar
came
to
into the
how,
podcast?
like 4 doesn't take place in Silent Hill, technically, that kind of thing. I could see it being fine. It seems like it's trying to be a full-fledged game, not like a mobile garbage like Book of Memories was. But behavior being involved, behavior has developed recently a Dead by Daylight dating sim, which is like a literally like one of those fucking choose your adventure kind of games with like a mini game and you
Yeah.
answer questions, and that was pretty successful, and I could see them trying to do something similar with this. I would hope that would probably be better than like a film yourself in Silent Hill kind of thing. That would be really corny. I
You're in the
think.
movies.
Yeah,
that 360 game, yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that shit's dumb. Like I'm not into that at all. I would never play that. But I would play like a choose your own adventure thing on my phone for kicks, but nothing beyond that really.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's also, that's another topic that I think we could really talk about, where we've gone over kind of what Resident Evil has done to maintain longevity in Silent Hill as well. But the styles of horror are also totally different. I hear from a lot of people that are into Silent Hill that they don't like Resident Evil because you have all these big, powerful weapons. They'll also cite that as a reason why they don't like games like Dead Space. But, it's true. Yeah, you have an arsenal of powerful weapons, but you're constantly worried about where your next 2 bullets are coming from. So you can still have a pistol, a shotgun, an RPG. You can still have all these powerful weapons and still feel vulnerable because there's just not enough ammo.
I think a lot of these people played Resident Evil on like easy difficulty or something, and they assume that you just get given ammo like candy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, like it's not. Yeah, there. Silent Hill itself has weapons, and you can actually, I'm pretty sure if you know where to look, you can stockpile more ammo than.
Oh yeah.
Resident Evil.
Oh dude,
actually.
Silent Hill 2, you can get like 200 shotgun shells by the end of the game because the Trick or Treat game show host, that box has like 6 or 7 boxes of ammo in it, and you're set for the rest of the game.
And if you're efficient about what you kill,
oh yeah, it had a bunch.
Like you're fine. You never have to think about ammo really, and I have to think about ammo way more in like Resident Evil 3 on the hardest difficulty than I do on Silent Hill 2 on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, and I think that's where the developers got very misguided when it came to things like Homecoming and Downpour, where Homecoming was fine because it had the what you call the quote-unquote magic pocket inventory where you can hold all these big cumbersome items. But Downpour, they tried to get cute with it, and they were proud about the fact that, you can only carry 2 weapons at a time, one melee, one firearm.
Silent Hill 4 kind of fucking thing where they limit your inventory space to make it more hard, but
Yeah, at
It's
the end
just
of the
fun.
day, I have no problem with limiting the inventory system to whatever you want to limit it to. I mean, everyone's fine with Chris having 6 slots in Resident Evil 1, and that feels extremely limiting to me. It frustrates the hell out of me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, it has to have a discard system. You have to be able to discard broken items. You have to be able to repair weapons if they can break. And if you don't have either of these systems, then it's really just a failure. Silent Hill
Yeah,
4,
exactly.
for example, you have these golf clubs, but they break, and you can't drop them. They're just a broken golf club just taking up a
Yeah.
slot in your inventory, and you have to go back to the apartment to put it away.
It's so awkward, and there makes no sense. Like I can understand why you wouldn't repair a golf club, but I don't see why you wouldn't just drop the broken one. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Or, maybe just have him drop it immediately once it breaks and it not take up
yeah,
a slot. But that's the thing also where I think Downpour failed is every weapon breaks. Even weapons that under no, man-made power, unless you had a machine involved, you could not break a crowbar. 20 pounds of solid steel. You can't break a lot of weapons that you find in the game, but
no,
they
yeah,
just do. They just snap, and then he just drops them, discards them. Like a fire axe would be extremely hard to break by swinging into creatures
yeah.
that seem to have human flesh.
I've used a crowbar many times before. Trust me, they're not easy to. They're
Unless
not
you're
easy.
Gordon Freeman,
They're
maybe.
so heavy
Yeah,
and so thick.
yeah.
Like
Try to swing a crowbar so hard that it breaks. I'll give you $1 million if you're able to
you'd
pull
have
that
to be
off
like
as a human
a
person.
Hulk or something.
Yeah.
Like
So, it's
yeah,
it's like I can understand they wanted to provide less empowerment to the player, but it's already been done and it's been done correctly. In a game where weapons break, it is crucial. I hate breakable weapons personally. I feel like once you find something, it should just stay in your inventory the whole time.
yeah,
But if there is a system for breakable weapons, give us a system where we can collect resources from the world and rebuild or repair, hell, maybe even create better weapons. Just like in
yeah.
Last of Us, you can make spike bats, you can make spike bombs or nail bombs.
Yeah, it's one of the best things about that game
Mhm.
is always having access to some, even if you're out of ammo, you can like, oh, I can make some of these little explosive traps and throw them out and,
Right. And it
and
does.
sneak past everything else or whatever. But
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't even have to be something that's like, they're so afraid of these powerful weapons. It doesn't even have to be that. Just, make a system where you can collect things to patch up
Dr. Red.
your weapons. Maybe collect some tape that you can use to, quickly put together, repair a bat or some glue, just any kind of like world material that you can find to repair weapons that doesn't, a system where just everything breaks no matter what is just painful. So I really hope that they don't
yeah,
try to go that angle with any of the new Silent Hill projects and make things too realistic, because at a certain point, games don't need to be that emulating of real life. I mean,
yeah.
in GTA,
Yeah.
imagine if you ran out of gas and had to refuel all the time. It
It would
just doesn't
be
work.
boring. Yeah, it's too cindy.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing about like another option is if you're trying to add difficulty is that all you really have to do is like
Oh, dude, this is actually such a great point. I'm just going to let him talk, but this was such a great point that I never really thought of before. If you want to add difficulty, just do this.
so in certain games like Alien Isolation's a good example. You never really lose any of your weapons once you obtain them. You craft a lot of them with like the Molotov and stuff, but that doesn't matter because the alien doesn't take damage from anything and it's always stalking you. The weapons are for dealing with like the human and android enemies,
Yeah.
You can scare the alien off with some, but point being, you can always add stalker enemies. That's one thing about a lot of modern horror games that I really love is the threat of something I can't kill. Dead Space 2 has it too with the hunter thing that comes after you towards the end. Technically Resident Evil 3 kind of started that with Nemesis. You could actually fight Nemesis and get like, build a really cool weapon. I always thought that was really fun and neat. There are a lot of different ways to add difficulty. Silent Hill 4 even had the ghosts. Those fucking things were annoying as shit. You had to use resources to deal with them.
Yeah, silver bullets and swords, which are really, really scarce. I think there's only 2 or 3 silver bullets in the whole game. So,
Yeah.
and even that only
It's
knocks
really
them down.
scary. Yeah.
You still have to have a sword to pin them. So, I think that's going to be a really interesting question: is what kind of realism are they going to lean toward, especially in the remake? Is it going to be, just an inventory system where nothing breaks, or are they going to try to introduce these sort of QTE style combat mechanics? But
Yeah. It's kind of a toss up with Bluebird too, because they've never had combat in their games before,
right.
actually.
Yeah, so
So
they're gonna need to, like I said, I mean, they have picked one of the most difficult games to remake. So if there was
mhm.
a time for them to get their act together, it's now.
It's gonna be
And
under such scrutiny.
oh yeah, and
Like,
they are going to be under the microscope from day one. So this has to work. And again, you know, where I say cautiously optimistic, I don't want these things to fail. I think a
yeah,
lot of people from my initial reaction thought that I just want Silent Hill to stay dead or that I don't appreciate these things. I do. I don't trust Konami. That's really all it comes down to. I want
yeah,
these projects to succeed. I don't want these teams to crumble, but I don't trust Konami. Their business
yeah.
decisions and their history, it's just not good.
No, it's not, and that's the thing. Yeah, cautious optimism is like,
Being chased by something is exciting for me. I love that AI allows for really interesting enemies. The Last of Us 2 enemies on harder difficulties are so fun to sneak around because they actually do smart things. Yeah, I remember Fear. The original game Fear from like 2005 was the first game where I had like really intelligent AI where they could like, they would say, hey, I heard him over here. Or they would do like the wall peek or the cover based shooting just like you would do. So the AI was getting really smart and it made the combat way more interesting than just lines of enemies that just run straight into you, just asking to be shot in the head.
it doesn't mean you hate something and yeah, want it to die. I've fully
Fear is so
accepted
good.
Silent Hill before this recent announcements. I was fully accepting of just yeah, Silent Hill's pretty much dead. There's never going to be a new one. You know, everyone gets all worked up about it every few months, and then it's Konami announcing a fucking pachinko machine or some shit like that. You
Hmm.
know,
Skateboard decks, hoodies,
yeah, yeah, and then
Fucking
like
hoodies.
you know, so whenever these came out, the main thing that hit me is I was like, oh, so they're actual like games. Okay. So like they actually had something this time instead of just like I fully expected it to be a fucking mobile game or some shit and that was it.
and
You
an
know?
East Asia only gotcha mobile game. Imagine.
So like part of me was like, you know, okay, well that gives me a little bit of hope that they're actual projects and not just stupid like, you know, money grabbing shit. So there is that. But yeah, it is still Konami at the end of the day, so you never
I
know.
know,
Oh
Nemesis.
hey, and you know something again from the announcement. It was so densely packed with things. We forgot to even talk about the Silent Hill 2 movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Christoph Gans has been given the reins again, and honestly, you know, as much of a cynical, very Team Silent fanboy type Silent Hill fan as I am, I think the first Silent Hill movie is one of the most well done game to movie adaptations, pretty
Hmm.
much ever. I don't think
Yeah,
you
I
can really
agree.
point to a better example.
I definitely think that I always thought that the Silent Hill movie, while it doesn't live up to like what I want out of the games, what I get out of the games when I play them, it is a good movie and I like it just fine. I liked it when I saw it when I was a kid. I've watched it as an adult. It still holds up just fine. The VFX are not too egregious or
I think they're
anything,
great.
really. Even
Yeah,
for
they.
2006, I think it came
Mhm.
2000, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, yeah, and I know that at the time I remember there being a lot of people that one of the arguments that somebody had was like Pyramid Head has three points to his head instead of four, and I'm like, is that really what made? I mean, I get the whole. I can understand the argument Pyramid Head is for James. Okay, that's
Mm.
fair. I actually agree.
You may want to consider a story arc. This is a dense episode, and maybe that's good. Maybe the next episode is a deep dive into the original Silent Hill hit, and just do that. Yeah, I think that's going to be less topics to really cover, and just really deep diving into one topic would be a great way to continue. Because yeah, this is pretty dense, and we did cover a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, the conversation was still it had a very narrow scope, which was just Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So we kept it narrow in terms of the topics that we're covering in games and the industry, but we are covering a lot of different things within them. So definitely, I'll just want to get out the scope and really narrow down a single topic or two to cover. I've done so many castings. This is the part of the movie where someone says, "Kid, you got the goods." I appreciate that, man. I really think it can work. I think this podcast is a fucking awesome idea and it can really work, but I want to make sure that it's live and with you guys, with the chat input as well. And hell, who knows? Maybe we could get to a point where we lead off every single stream with an hour-long podcast. That might be cool. I already do an hour of just chatting anyway. But hey, for somebody who's been a part of castings to hear that, that means a lot, man. I appreciate that. I'm bad at showing it, but it means a lot. Like my smile won't go away right now. Serious time.
it doesn't mean you hate something and yeah, want it to die. I've fully accepted Silent Hill before this recent announcements. I was fully accepting of just yeah, Silent Hill's pretty much dead. There's never going to be a new one.
Sorry, I went back just a little bit on the timeline.
That was it.
And
You
in
know?
East Asia only gotcha mobile game.
I hope that they're actual projects and not just stupid like money grabbing.
Oh, hey, and you know something again from the announcement. It was so densely packed with things. We forgot. Sorry, I'm going back to where we actually were. I'm out, Sam. Keep on keeping on. Hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, your feedback means a ton because you know, I can tell you're more into podcasts than I am. So we'll keep improving and we'll definitely keep shooting them. But we'll talk to you later, Panda. Get some rest, and you know I'll be back tonight already. We'll be watching another movie in the Discord here soon as well.
Too egregious or anything.
I think they're great.
Really. Even
Yeah,
for 2006, I think.
Okay, so right after we talked about the CGI, I'll get to where we were. I promise. I'm sorry.
Daylight, because Dead by Daylight
and all my marketing experience. Yep.
Game that's not part of Silent Hill lore at all. It has nothing to do with it. Dead by Daylight is essentially just a huge what if scenario, basically, like for every like Leatherface and all that shit's in there. Like, so it doesn't really matter. It's just a game, but either way, I remember them making that argument about the head, and I'm like, that's not really what makes Pyramid Head. Like it still looks basically the same, like to me, but
yeah, and I think
yeah, it's a fine movie. Yeah,
I think you're dead on. It's as its own movie. If you're just gonna sit down and watch it and not really, you don't want to think too much about how it equates to the rest of the lore, how it fits into the timeline, because it's just not going to. I mean, if you're just gonna sit and watch a movie based on a game, I think it's fine. It's solid.
I would just play the game instead, you know. A movie, it's the same thing as the Warcraft movie too, where a lot of people are like, "This isn't exactly lore accurate," and it's like, yeah, like it's a movie. It's just a different continuity completely. Like,
yeah,
you're not supposed to see it as like an entry in the game or whatever. You know?
And movies have to flow so differently. You know, you have to package all these concepts in like these easily accessible anecdotes across a 1.5 hour to 2 hour runtime. The studio has a lot of say in the runtime. You can't just release a movie that's 3 hours long and get away with it. You know, that is a big decision maker for whether or not people are going to make the time to go see the movie in theaters. So
I think it's a good movie to show people also if they're probably never ever gonna, they might not play a lot of horror video games themselves, you know, but if you wanted to introduce them to Silent Hill and like get a general vibe as to what Silent Hill is like it's a pretty good movie for that, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm excited about with the Silent Hill 2 movie is I think if anybody's going to do a good job, it's the guy who did a pretty good job the first time around.
Yeah.
We're just going to forget that Revelation ever happened, and I'm A-okay with that. Terrible movie.
That one.
Yeah. Christoph Gans, if they were going to choose anybody, like I said, I'm okay with it being him. Where I was always kind of concerned that the Silent Hill 2 remake should have been Sean Bean's character. Or the Silent Hill 2 movie should have been Sean Bean's character coming back to look for her, and then they could kind of morph that into the James and Mary story. But it seems like this is going to be a different entity altogether, which is preferable. I think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
That's a great question, Dr. Ed. We don't know that yet, but there are signs that if the 2 remake does well enough, we might get a remake of 1 eventually. So it's still possible. It may happen someday.
I think that's the thing about it is I know some people have said this is a lot of Silent Hill 2. But part of that is Silent Hill 2 as I know that I know you, for example, prefer 3 and 1. You like the cult, which I do too. I love it all. But
yeah, money is the number one.
I definitely think as a if I were going to recommend somebody play a Silent Hill game without having, you know, just as one to dip your toes in that isn't the story is completely separate. Silent Hill 2 is a great standalone story.
Yeah, and I think it still has enough of an homage for people like me that like the cult, because if you do a second playthrough, of course, you can find the Crimson Tome.
My favorite ending.
Yeah, the Rebirth ending, and with the best credit song, Reverse Will, but that's completely, you know, that's neither here nor there. But, you know, it's one of those things where it is a perfect standalone game to introduce people to it, but at the same time, I think it sets them up for disappointment, because they go into Silent Hill 1 and 3 thinking that they're going to get some complex psychological story. And what they find is it is almost entirely centered around innocent people who are being influenced or, you know, pulled into this sort of demonic cult that's or this ritual that's happening, you know, completely against their will. So they find a completely different story
And from what I've seen, most people end up disappointed by that.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I see what you mean with that. Like it is very different. Like there's two essentially there's two like kind of Silent Hill tales, and one of them is like the cult is, you know, trying to resurrect their like what they see as their god. It's clearly some kind of like otherworldly entity that like resides in or around Toluca Lake, and it seems to have damn near like omnipotent powers in terms of like being able to shift people's reality around them and mock them with their own inner thoughts and stuff. But because it does the same stuff to like Heather, you know, but she's just not like a murderer, you know, like James. Um but then you have the one where it's like town is a therapist, and you have like the whole person that's completely unrelated to all of this stuff is just suffering because the town is like giving them their own personal hell. And again, we've only had one of those stories that really worked with Silent Hill 2. Like Downpour, I think, was trying to be that, and
Very, very much. It was trying way too hard to be Silent Hill 2.
yeah, they do the same thing kind of with Homecoming, but they throw a dash of cult in here and there.
Yeah. The
But-
Order. Also,
Yeah.
which by the way, this is a short little aside, but the Order is actually a mistranslation. The cult itself is supposed to be completely unnamed and completely mysterious. Nobody knows what the name of it is. But in room S12 in Silent Hill 3. Okay, this is really soy nerd fucking diatribe that I go on here, but it doesn't go on for very long, so excuse me, okay? There was a mistranslation where the word the cult got translated to the Order, so people think it actually has a real title, but the intent for it was that it's so mysterious nobody even knows what it's called.
That's actually a lot better.
Yeah, I think so too. Kyodon was the word that was mistranslated. It literally just means the cult because no one knows what the name is, so they've just kind of called it the cult, which I think is actually scarier.
Yeah, it is because like again, it is a very secretive cult. Like literally anyone outside of Silent Hill has like no idea. Like if you went to Silent Hill in that universe and like experienced all this shit and then came back talking about, oh, there's like a cult, a lot of people would go out there and probably not find anything because the town isn't interested in them. But you know,
even the leader doesn't know. I think overall, what we can say for sure is that we have a lot to decide on here in the coming months. We're going to see a lot more gameplay trailers. I would imagine we're going to get more of an understanding of what genres things like Townfall and F fall into.
Yeah,
and I
think
really
Silent Hill 2 will be out sooner than we think. If it's been in development for 3 years, it sounds like the game is mostly completed.
Yeah, and it's not a Cyberpunk situation where it was announced like 10 years ago and they just started working on it in earnest a couple years ago. They've actually been supposedly hardcore working for 3 years.
And hopefully it's not very open. Like, well, that's the thing. Silent Hill 2 is not an open world game. Like an open world game like Cyberpunk, one of the issues was that they got really super duper ambitious with all this stuff that they wanted to include, and half of it wasn't. And it's the same thing with like an MMO. It's hard to maintain a big open world like that.
You're going to appreciate this topic coming up, Dr. Red, because I talk a lot about why Resident Evil 7 works more than 8 for me.
It's a lot harder to develop than it is a linear experience. So hopefully Silent Hill 2 lends to that being more linear, being more of a story-centered game. You know?
And I think Resident Evil 7 has proven that a lot of people, when it comes to horror, we actually prefer a more on-rails experience that is highly detailed. Village, while it is very highly detailed, especially in areas like the castle, there are also big open parts that are not so detailed, and that's just the nature of game design. The bigger the world is, the less you can really go in and fine-tune the small, wall textures and ground textures, and it just has to be streamlined.
Even some areas of RE4 suffer from that. Certain areas of Village are a little bit samey compared to like the island and stuff. But,
and all the same like crates that the snakes and the eggs and different things are in, and like every area in the game has like a lot of the same textures and repeating props and stuff. But that that's where 4 Remake I think is gonna, with the linearity of that story compared to some of the big open world games out now, and the detail that I've seen, I'm so excited for 4 Remake. I think that I think this is going to be, like I said, it may even be the best-selling Resident Evil game ever if it does well enough.
Yeah. 4 is the most successful RE game by and large, and it has a huge chance to be, the remake has a chance to be even bigger, You can also do a lot more with assets today, like unique ones for different houses. Because like in RE4, it's like you go into a house, there's the shelf, you push it in, there's this thing. It's like the same in like every house, pretty much, just about.
Yeah.
And now you actually can have unique looking stuff, different ways to block houses in. They have the level designers have a lot to live up to, honestly, for 4, because they could make some cool stuff, like some cool situations. You see a glimpse of it here and there in Village, but I don't think that was explored on nearly enough in Village. I think later on they got a little lazy with the level design, and it kind of becomes like wave killing more than anything, which
Yeah,
is annoying.
you can sort of see. I wouldn't want to say you see the ambition slow down over time, but as you get into like the Novistadors and then you go into the island area, you can really see that they were just like, all right, let's just pad. I just realized you were talking about Village and I'm talking about original Resident Evil 4 here. I got to pay better attention next time. Pad this stuff out and kind of get you to the set pieces. But in the Village and the castle, I feel like everything was very, very deliberate. So you can kind of see like either the development maybe was getting rushed toward the end, or they were trying to add a little bit too much and they didn't really get a chance to fully flesh it out. So I think the RE engine, yeah, absolutely. I think the RE engine update is going to give them a chance to go back and really pad things out the way that they wanted to. But overall, I think horror fans in general, we haven't had this much of an all-you-can-eat buffet, so to speak, since about 10 years ago when Silent Hill was still releasing a game every year and Amnesia was first starting to pop up, so indie horror had a resurgence. So I think overall, I mean,
like the last like 7 years or so, I would say, but until maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, rather. I guess when RE7 dropped,
Amnesia's cool.
It was very niche, and a lot of what you got as far as new releases were like these like fucking 3-hour long indie horror games that some of them they varied wildly in quality. A lot of them were like PT clones and shit.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing bigger studios are picking up on that niche audience a little bit more,
Yeah, I think survival horror used to be on the forefront of these things. I mean, Silent Hill 2 and 3 were literally the best graphics coming out of the industry when they released.
Yeah.
So
they also pioneered a lot of gameplay that you see in modern games. RE4's over the shoulder, like Gears of War basically did that. Like,
Kill Switch. There was this original Xbox game called Kill Switch that had cover-based shooting, but it was that and then the success of 4 that inspired kind of that era of Epic Games.
Yeah.
So, I'm super excited for horror to kind of finally enter the mainstream again, which Resident Evil really helped with back in 2017. It really kind of kicked all that back off. But yeah, I mean, overall, there's a lot to be excited about, and in the coming months, I mean, I'm sure that's something we'll be talking about again here soon as new trailers get dropped. And dude, I especially in the 4 remake trailer that I just saw, Salvador, the way that they did Salvador with his eyes like permanently being forced open because like the eyelids were cut out, I was like, that is so fucking scary, but it's also a really nice evolution of what made him scary in the first place, which was like the wide-eyed look underneath the potato sack.
Yeah.
Like it is fucking disturbing as hell. So I'm really excited for the 4 remake more than anything. But, as far as Silent Hill goes, I feel like there's so much that we just kind of have to take some time and just really wait for the trailers to come out and form some more, accurate opinions once we really see what these projects are going to look like.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of like waiting and seeing. I look forward to horror games setting trends again. Like, not necessarily trends, because trends in the gaming industry can get really stale, but like setting industry standards again. Kind of like Capcom and Konami used to do with so many of their games, because they had such talent. They had Team Silent. They had Hideo Kojima. They have I'm not gonna lie, I always forget the guy's name that designed Resident Evil 4.
Shinji Mikami.
Shinji Mikami, yeah. It's really gonna be.
We're almost done, by the way. It's like 1 minute left.
See these same studios start picking up these franchises again, because it's been great seeing. I've always wanted, prior to the RE2 release, I always wanted remakes of the original PS1 Resident Evil games, and I've even dreamed about remakes of the original Silent Hill games, even though it's very much like Team Silent was so unique, so it's big shoes to fill. But it's exciting time to be a fan of both of these franchises. Like, in my opinion. I think that's the main takeaway that people should get. Like, I get being cautious, but it is new Silent Hill stuff that could be good, and
Yeah.
if that's the case, that's
Great point.
I'm excited about that if that's the case.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And that's why I think it was perfect for us to have this conversation, because definitely my background and my childhood was more filled with Silent Hill type games, and yours was more for Resident Evil. So it's funny how the two worlds have kind of converged now, and we've got all this new shit to look forward to, because
yeah.
as we've heard from Capcom, if Resident Evil 4 Remake does as well as they're hoping, who knows what the hell could be in store for the next mainline game. RE9 could be totally different, They could decide to go a different direction. Maybe it'll actually be third person this time instead of the last two main lines being first. Just because the Village DLC and 4 Remake are the only things on the horizon doesn't mean that we may not get a lot more exciting announcements here soon about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this has been an awesome first episode, and I appreciate you taking the time. So I'll
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. And I'm always live on twitch.tv/stampede_G. I'll be
Shameless plug.
Probably try to do an episode of these once a week, just different people that I know that are into horror. And yeah, stay tuned for episode 2. We'll be back sooner than you think. That's it. What did you guys think? Honest opinion. Honest opinion. What did you guys think of the first episode? I'm gonna press the button. 100 out of 10. And again, let me thank Nemesis for taking the time. This dude took a whole hour and 8 minutes out of his day to sit down and record this with me. I love the conversation we had in the back and forth. I've always told him, we have conversations like this in our Discord all the time, our personal Discord. I always told him, like, dude, people would love listening to us go back and forth, but mainly listening to you talk about this stuff, because it is so different of a perspective than mine. My busy day in farming and leveling my ult on Wrath of the Lich King. Honest opinion, Stampy is a natural. Well, it's the first time I've ever hosted a podcast, so it was definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, doing all this live streaming really helps with that, keeping the natural flow of conversation. But I was happy today. I appreciate you coming on, man. Great mics, great conversations. Even though I didn't care about Silent Hill and stuff, I still enjoyed it, and that's good. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's the goal is, I think what Wrong Panda mentioned is going to be a great idea. Like, what if we started a podcast talking about, like, introductory Silent Hill? Or, here's an overview of the story for people who may be confused or maybe want to get into these games. We could do some sort of spoiler-free breakdown of what's actually happening, what's going on. But, this isn't the only topic that we can go into. Obviously, there's a lot of other topics. And I think my next guest will either be Tusk or Mag. And Mag knows a lot about Resident Evil, especially 5, but there's a lot of other topics we could get into that don't even have to be gaming. Where is the podcast located? Well, right now it's a .wav file on my computer, but I will try to set it up and start uploading it. But yeah, I'll set it up and start uploading them, and I'll also upload the audio to my YouTube channel with just like a filler video, just like a thumbnail that is consistent throughout the whole thing, and you can just listen to it. But yeah, I'll probably try to upload it on the YouTube for now, because that'd be the easiest way to do it. But I'm really, really happy with how this first one turned out, and I think obviously the title of it and the kind of theme that we went with is a Silent Hill fan and a Resident Evil fan discussing the new announcements and really what makes each one work and how they can coexist in an industry where there's so much going on. A kind of an oversaturated industry. How do they still differentiate themselves after all this time? And how can they compete with all the games who have essentially cloned them and found their own success? How can they now reemerge and become kind of industry leaders? And of course, innovators, because each one is probably going to have the budget to innovate if they decide to go that route. It all depends on what Konami wants to do. But with Capcom, we already know it's getting the highest budget possible. So that's the thing, That's what I really like about the theme of this first episode, is someone who has a different perspective than me, in that I'm very cynical and I don't trust Konami. Brad, or Nemesis, he's more excited about these because, hey, it's a new Silent Hill. We don't know. They could end up being the greatest Silent Hill project since Team Silent was disbanded. For all we know, they could be, although it's not going to be very hard for them to become that, because God knows after Team Silent disbanded, there wasn't a lot of competition. So, it was just a lot of fun, and From here on out, they are going to be recorded through OBS. I'll just click start recording as well while I'm streaming. And I will also record the audio raw through Audacity. So we'll have 3 versions. We'll have a live video version that I can then chop and then just put on YouTube. And then I'll also have the audio only version that I'll probably try to upload to either Spotify or Apple Music, wherever the fuck I can upload it, because I know it's really easy to do that. But yeah, that'll be fun. And I really appreciate, Panda's feedback. He said he works in casting and he likes how I hosted it. So I think, my
that money, I really do. I need
thank
that
you,
money
Faye.
to pay my bills.
The internet bill, the electric bill. I think my ability to host a podcast is going to come with time. But that's the thing, is why I'm starting with people who know me kind of well. And they know, we've kind of had similar conversations in the past and we're able to talk. I'll be excited about Tusk's episode as well. I'll have to ask him when he's got time. But, I can also do these solo. It doesn't even necessarily have to be, it could be more of a Q&A where we discuss these things. And, but yeah, that's not just limited to people I know. Literally anybody, if you can hop in my Discord channel and your mic is, if you can hop into my Discord channel and your mic is something that we can record and throw on Audacity together like that, and there's not too much of a disparity, we can talk. Hey, if you want to jump on and talk horror, you want to talk anything with me, hey, that channel's open. Well, it's technically locked, but I can invite you to it. And it's only locked because we got to make sure that, like, while we're talking, we don't have a bunch of other people jumping in. It'll have to just be me and primarily one co-host, because I think if we had 3, it'd be kind of tough to do it if we weren't all here. Yeah, they can join another. There are a lot of channels, and we can move them over. So, yeah, you can join any voice channel, and I can move you over to the locked one if you need to, but yeah, anybody that wants to join and talk, feel free. So that's going to be really exciting, I think, because that'll essentially replace the just chatting that we've been doing. And again, it doesn't even need to be about horror. It could be a completely separate topic. It just depends on where the chat kind of leads us in terms of what we talk about. So, but yeah, of course, there will be episodes with very, very focused topics that we're only going to discuss certain things, but it doesn't have to be every episode. Things can change. So, talking and Dr. Red jumps in screaming One Piece stuff and laughing. But yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't even know what the topic with Tusk is going to be. I'll have to reach out to him and see if he wants to do that. It sounds very Chadly. God, Tusk hates that term. But with that being said, I hope you guys are excited for the future of that. Panda's feedback means a lot, and we have to figure out a name. I have got to come up with a good name. Stampede's Coffee Table, I'm a fan. We need a comfortable name, like a good name that just rolls off the tongue. You guys know immediately what it is. That's going to be so good. Oh yeah, he hates Chadley and Yikers. Chadley Conversations with Stampede G. Oh god. Oh, and the podcast needs to always end with this song. Yeah, man. We got to always end the podcast with Resting Comfortably. Stampy's Chad Bathtub. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the Cry of Fear and the podcast debut. I'll be back tomorrow night with some more Cry of Fear now that we have the hunting rifle. But let's see. Who do we got? Who do we got this on? Kind of fitting that this song would be playing right now. Who the hell put this on? Well, really nobody that you guys would want to watch as far as horror is live right now, but I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for having my cringe input. No, dude. It was awesome. It was really, really fun. And like I said, anytime you want to hop on at all, we will definitely talk soon again. A lot of the conversations we have, I wish were recorded. So now that we can actually do that, it's even more exciting. And yeah, the air's fixed. The air's fixed and everything is going right. All it took was for the AC to... Okay. I'm going to chill out. You guys have a great rest of the night. I will talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow Stampede G on Twitch. Links are down below.